Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War Invasions, week 17, day 4. Main thing today, I'm gonna go do the class event, and then we are playing a lot of PvP. We are currently at, exactly on the dot, 300 event gems. I need another 450, and we are not ending this stream until we get that other 450. And the main reason for this is it is a treasure gnome event, starting, well, tomorrow, for the next 3 days. Actually, I believe the mail should even be here, right? Or yeah, right there. A vault event in 6 hours, 56 minutes. That will last for 3 days. So from 6 hours and 56 minutes from now until 3 days, 6 hours and 56 minutes from now, we will be having a vault event. So basically Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the next 3 days after that time. But yeah, we'll have a vault event, and the chance of getting treasure gnomes will be greatly increased, or all the gnomes, as well as specifically getting vault keys from them. This is relevant because you can get an absurd amount of resources, and this time around, we actually are going to be farming them like crazy. Our main goal is, for this weekend, I'll be streaming probably around 8 hours each day. Not sure how much exactly yet, but depends how I'm feeling at the time. Like, even right now, I have a slight headache. Hopefully that'll be better after a night's sleep. But, yeah, if I'm up to it, I'll be streaming for probably about anywhere from like 20 to 30 hours total this weekend, maybe even a bit longer than that. Trying to get this thing maxed out. The where'd it go? The Sentinel hero class. It's currently at level 55. I am hoping that that will be level 100 by the end of this weekend, as well as all the vault keys we'll get along the way. The other arbitrary goal that we kind of have, which is kind of completely beyond our control, is to hopefully get enough orbs to finally craft a Zugoff. We actually do not have enough orbs yet to craft Zugoff, even though he's been out for a year and a half now, or not a year and a half, a year and 1 month he's been out. He came out last year's February. But yeah, still need to go get him, and hopefully we'll get enough orbs that we could actually craft 8 power orbs, and then we're essentially 100% completion. We're actually at this exact moment in time, technically not 100% completion, is because we don't own Zugoff, but after we have that, we are technically completed with the game, and that'd actually be really convenient if we did complete it this weekend, because likely on Tuesday, we're going to be starting a brand new account on the Nintendo Switch version, or whenever it does get released on Nintendo Switch, and then we'll be streaming that for a bunch of time. So yeah, we'll be streaming a lot in the next like 9 days or so. Oh yeah, no beard. I got a haircut today. Actually, I still need to shave off the rest of this, but yeah, ends up getting a haircut today. End up doing a lot of stuff today. Unfortunately, one of those things was not making a video, but hopefully I'll have some time later tonight. If not, I still need to cover 2 things mainly. Before the thing. Well, before the end of this week, I need to cover Dragon's Eye. I still didn't cover Dragon's Eye. That's what happens when I don't do it on Monday. But, other than that, I still need to cover a video at minimum going over, how to play a new version of the game. Or, you know, when you start from scratch. Make a nice comprehensive video on what to do. We'll also be doing it live when we do it, but I want to do a video of it, breaking it down. Just because, doing it live, doing what I'll say in a video. The video will take like 20 minutes. Doing what I say in the video will take like 20 hours. So obviously, want to have a more concise version of it up before I actually go and do it. But anyways, hello everyone. Hello Mulu. Hello, I am part. Hello Junior. Hello how do you say that? Grablich? Hello Churros. Hello Steve. Let's see. Hello Kevin. Hello, Acer. Hello, Backjon, and hello, everyone else. Welcome. Okay, so first order of business. Kind of just made me realize, did I not even cover Necromancer on the Monday video? I might not have. But all you have to do is run 3 Wall of Bones into any 15 mana cost AoE weapon. I believe the better one being Black Manacle, if I'm not mistaken. And we just set our banner, obviously, to +2 purple. I don't think there's a +2 purple, +1 brown. Wait, is there? Yeah, there's a minus yellow one that does that, right? No, it's the other way around. Okay, I need that to be purple, so we'll just do it as that. Hero class can be pretty much anything we want, so might as well use Necromancer, since this is a Necromancer event, why not? Get a little bit more EXP for it. And there we go. Okay. So let's roll with this. You throw a Wall of Bones, then Wall of Bones, then Wall of Bones, and Black Manacle, and then you keep repeating until you win. That is pretty much the entirety of what we're about to go do. We'll take purple. You need to wait until you have 15 total mana before you do, though. And then once you do that, you just get the loop going, and then you win. Okay, so, that's a lot of freeze. It's annoying. Skull. I think I take that just so he doesn't get... Oh, no! Just so he doesn't get barrier, but he still does, because this thing has such low attack that it's somehow not enough to kill, even in the very first one. That's sad. Have our infinite loop, and it's not even going to get its mana that we need. Might actually just be easier putting Black Mana Go up front. They're still weak enough that we only need a single cast. We probably don't need to bother with this yet, at least for these early ones. So we should probably switch that. Yeah, let me go switch that real quick. That's kind of pointless. Let me go bring out the Azarus triple. Okay, wait. Change of plan. Azarus, and Banner can actually stay the same. That or we could go with the minus yellow one. Actually, let's go with the minus yellow one. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay, let's switch to this for now. And then once it stops getting quick kills, we'll switch to the other version. The other one only helps us more if we need a lot of mana. And now we should be able to just one-shot him, and if not one-shot, really close to it. Unfortunately, this team has so much durability that it might not. Luckily, it did. There we go. Good evening, Dragon Ball Z fan. Welcome. You finally forged a Zugov today. Congrats. Hopefully, we'll have one this weekend. That is the goal. It's not our direct goal. Our main goal is to get Sentinel maxed. But in doing so, there is a good chance we will have Zugov this weekend. That'd be nice. And there actually are some reasons to craft Zugov in the very near future. One is Karkaroff will be able to have 10 stars, I believe, pretty soon. I forget the exact date, but if I'm not mistaken, it's within the next month or two. Karkaroff will be able to reach 10 star plus, and at that point, owning a Zugov is actually beneficial. Right now, it doesn't actually give you any benefit, but really soon it will be. Other than that, I forget if it's launching with next update, but very soon after next update, there should be a icon that you can obtain from owning a Zugov. And if you end up owning Zugov, you'll have like a little Zugov icon. And it should be the hardest to obtain title / icon in the game. I'm not sure if it's going to be exclusive just to owning Zugov, but initially it will be exclusive just to owning Zugov. I'm actually still not 100% sure how they're really doing that. Because I know some of the old event ones, they're going to be having where you can just buy for 25 gems. But I'm not sure if they're actually going to be doing that for achievement-related ones. Like, let's say one of them is to have 2,500 renown in a faction. I'm not sure if they would have something like that buyable for 25. I would assume that it would only be obtainable by actually doing that action. But you never know. Okay, what do we take here? What do we take here? Oh, if it looks bad. Oh, duh, purple. Yeah, that would be the main thing we take. If it's available. You used Farish Ra and this new weapon, the Gauntlet. Oh yeah, you could run the Gauntlet weapon and just one-shot everything into feeding blue and purple to things that use blue and purple. Obviously, we're just going the Black Manacle route for now. Because right now we're still in 2-shot range. Once that breaks, maybe we actually will go test out the Gauntlet. I haven't really been using it much this week just because it's not used for that many things. But when we're only restricted to undead, it actually wouldn't be that bad. Because we're restricted to 4 times undead regardless. Good evening, Fred. Welcome. Okay. What did I take here? Red to red? Oh, that technically doesn't help us, does it? We'll take that for now. Still doesn't really help us. Take brown. Oh, should take that blue. Get a random Devourer, which we don't really need. However, all those Cascades were useful. That's nice. Throw that down again, and dead. This is George today, not Tacet. I should have done the intro like that. I was considering it because I look so different. I've done jokes about it in the past, though. I pretty much do that every time I get a haircut. I figured it'd be stale by now. Let's see. I'll take a brown. Grab another Black Manacle down. Oh yeah, you could feed right into Keeper of Souls and then Skull Spam. Kill 2 with Gauntlet and 2 with Skull Spam. That would also work. We probably will have to change this team after we finish this section. Just because Black Manacle, I believe, will require 3 hits at that point. Which will make it a little bit too slow. If it can still 2-shot, it's actually quicker, though. But once it can't 2-shot anymore, it won't be. Okay, let's see if it can actually 2-shot this. And if not, we'll probably go switch into something with Gauntlet. Yeah, it looks like it has more. It looks like it won't 2-shot this. Let's see, we'll take that. We will have another Magic very soon, though. Not tomorrow, but next week's Friday, we are getting Plague Doctor. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. No, that won't be beneficial to new players. Never mind. I was going to say, the first hero class event for the Nintendo Switch version is going to be Plague Doctor. But that's not really useful for newer players, is it? It's only useful for people who can get 10-star Darkstone. However, it is one of the easiest kingdoms to 10-star in the game. However, a brand new account is not going to be able to. Despite it being easy, it's not that easy. Well, we'll go take that instead. There we go. It is the most important 5-star kingdom to get first, though. Thank you, Lone Wolf. And hello, Captain. And hello, Shadow. Yeah, I normally get my haircut. I grow it out during the winter, and then I get my haircut after winter. Pretty much how I always do it. Self-heat. Let's see. We'll take that. Grab, even take care. I kind of want that purple, even though he gets skull out of it. Need the mana more than he needs the skull. And now we wait. Okay, none that we really need. We'll try for the yellow there, didn't get it. Grab a brown. Why is it important to get it to 5-star first? It's a magic kingdom, and it's the easiest magic kingdom in the game to get to 5-star. More so than any other kingdom. And the reason you want to get a lot of magic when you're first starting out is it's associated with almost everything because of casting. And every single extra magic that you can get in early game is pretty important. Of course, the first thing you do before anything is trying to get everything to level 10 first. And then you worry about stars. You actually don't really worry about stars probably until about the first... after about like a month. However, if you play enough, you could start worrying about stars within weeks of starting your account. Possibly even the first week. But the main goal, of course, is level 10 all kingdoms, because that will allow you to get into better guilds if you're starting on any platform other than Nintendo Switch. On Nintendo Switch, it wouldn't matter as much. But the other aspect is just so you have higher stats, and you need those higher stats in order to play most of the game modes in the game. Otherwise, you'll just die to everything. Even if using barrier and stuff. You need at least some kind of baseline for stats. But yeah, magic is by far the best stat in the entire game. If there's any instance where you can get +1 of a stat, magic is always the best. And that's how kingdoms are set up. So the magic kingdoms are always the most valuable. It's normally an order of magic, then attack, then HP, then armor when it comes to kingdom upgrading. Because every kingdom gives +1, and those are the order of importance for the stats within the game. Magic most important because it's dependent on almost every ability in the game. Attack next because it determines how much damage you can do off of skulls, which works good with skull spam. And HP is the more important defensive stat because armor can easily be torn, as well as there's things that bypass armor. And armor is the worst, however, still somewhat useful. It helps keep you alive a little bit. It helps against burn. And the most useful thing is it actually buffs Rowain. Rowain is such a strong troop that almost the entire value of having higher armor is based on being able to use Rowain better. Which is kind of weird to think about, but pretty much the whole purpose of armor in this game is to specifically make the troop of Rowain better. That is essentially the whole purpose of it, until they add some better options. Yes, there's technically Guard's Avatar and stuff like that too, but those aren't anywhere near as relevant as Rowain is. And we'll take that purple. He'll get a skull. It doesn't actually matter if he gets that. As long as our hero doesn't die, it makes no difference. And dead. I don't know why I took it that way, but there we go. Okay, final stretch. Just need these last 5. Oh, I probably should switch my weapon now. Now it's definitely going to take 3 casts. Oh, it just devoured the most useful one. That's good. I should have taken purple first. Yep. I had a feeling that would happen. Whoops. Should have taken purple. Really, Agile? What are you doing? Don't be like that. Like, he'll just skull poke me, get another black manacle down. Actually, 3 black manacle isn't that slow. As we get our mana quick. The amount of time it's going to take us to switch our team, we might as well just keep with what we already have. It's the only really annoying thing about only having 1 team slot per event as well. Is it takes so much time to have to switch it. Because you can't use your actual team slots, you have to use the one that the event provides for you. So if you want to switch your team, it takes like 30 seconds to a minute. And some events go so quick that it's pointless to do that. The most noteworthy one is probably pet events. Pet events just go so quick that you basically never change your team, because the amount of time it takes to do so is just not time efficient. It's going to take you more time even if you switch to something optimal. What do we take? Grab that down. Oh wait, why am I taking skulls? We're entangled. That's not good. Well, I'll take a red. Grab the brown there. It also means we don't gain to get any stats when we cast that, assuming we devour. Well, we don't gain any attack. We still gain our HP and armor. Actually, that reminds me too. They still haven't added anything that can prevent you from gaining HP and armor. That'd actually be kind of cool if they did. Currently, Web prevents you from losing and gaining magic, and Entangle prevents you from losing and gaining attack. But there's currently nothing that does it for the other two of HP and armor. Plague Lord will probably be the first one to max all the way in ages. I actually didn't check it yet to see how viable it is. I know it's viable in the fact that it's needed for Darkstone, but I never actually took a look on what it actually does. I know it has a lot of disease mechanic, because that's the whole point of it. But, I should probably go take a peek at it. Just pour the threads. Well, we'll find out this Friday. I'll probably go over it on stream later. I won't be doing it now, though. Actually, we'll probably go over on Monday night. And then, of course, we'll actually be going over on Friday. We'll do it on Monday night because they'll probably do it on Monday night as well when they live stream it. So we'll show a bit of a preview before they do their little preview. Let's see. I'll go through Black Manacle down. Get a skull right there. Let's see. We'll take all those browns, Black Manacle it all down, and we're good to go. And that Valraven we obviously needed to do these last two battles with. And as long as we don't lose one, that is all the battles for now. And then we get 25 gems and a bunch of resources. And we got a Valraven. That's actually fine if it escapes. Actually, oddly enough, it's beneficial if it escapes, because it'll speed up this battle ever so slightly. Yeah, if he escapes, it means nothing for once. Feels weird saying that about a Valraven, but we actually do not need those two sigils. Doing them and not doing them would be the exact same, because in this game mode, it's only really beneficial if you can do 5 at a time. And there's no way that one Valraven is going to allow us to do 5 more. At most, it would allow us to do 4 more, which is 1 short of how many we need. I'll take the brown. Right. Oh, I needed that purple. Luckily, it cascaded another one. Wait, doesn't this hero class have Purple Storm? I should probably be using it if it does. But again, the amount of time it would take to switch it for only 1 more battle won't really matter. Oh, no. Sorry about that. I didn't see your question. That is correct. Gems of War, unfortunately, will not be cross-platform on Nintendo Switch. They might be doing something with that in the future, make it a cross-platform with something. But upon launch on Nintendo Switch, it will not be cross-platform. It will likely stay that way for months or possibly even years. But definitely for at least months. So yeah, we don't know exactly how long that will be. The way they're talking about it almost sounds like they are planning on making it a cross-platform to something. Maybe to Xbox or maybe to, I don't know, maybe to PC Mobile. But upon launch, it will not be cross-platform with anything. It'll be its own individual version. Which means brand new economy. It's going to be really interesting to see how that goes. Which is why I'll be playing it a bunch. Ironically, I would probably play at least that account a lot less if it did become cross-platform, because there would be less of a need to. Because it'd be a lot of fun just going and grinding from absolute nothing while everyone else is also simultaneously grinding from nothing. But then if they add, like, let's say Xbox, then they're just adding, like, a gigantic amount of people who are already maxed out with literally everything into a economy that has people who just barely started. But yeah, we don't currently know what their plans are. But it is launching as its own version. Not cross-platform to anything. It'll just be its own individual version. It'll still be up to date and everything. Let's see. Your Dragon Guard class is level 77. Is there a way to calculate how many PvP fights are required to get to level 100? Yes. I forget the formula for it, though. The easiest way to figure that out is 70 is the halfway point. It requires 50,050 XP to max a hero class. 70 is the max waypoint, halfway point, so kind of just do backwards from there. So it probably requires you approximately 2,400 XP, probably a little bit less than that. Let's just highball it. But that means you get 2 XP per battle. So that means you need to do approximately 1,200 PvP battles. The exact amount could vary. It's probably actually slightly less than that. But you need to do about 1,200 PvP battles to get it completed. Okay. Well, speaking about PvP battles, time for us to go do the same thing, except nowhere's near that many. We need to go get enough battles completed in order to get a bunch of event gems. So I guess we'll just go use what's it called? Dragon's Eye team, or not Dragon's Eye. I mean, where to go? I want to go use my key team. Go gold farm while killing everything out here. So we'll be going with this with Necromancer. Ideally, you would be using this with Thief. However, I do want to gain some Necromancer EXP, so we'll do it this way. And go from there. So we need to go and get wait, how many event gems? We need to go get 450 event gems, which means a little over 100 PvP battles, or a little over 110. Hard to calculate that one out exactly, because there are battles you get more than 4 kills, obviously, because some things revive. Okay, well, let's go get a key down. Take all that. Oh, wait, oops. I thought that would be enough damage. Apparently not. Do you have spell reduction? You just went double spell reduction. No wonder why that wasn't enough damage. I knew it visually looked like it was enough, but I forgot they both had spell reduction. He had 20% and that had 25%. Yep, and that's what I was saying. Some battles get more than 4 kills. There we go. Because we get 5 event gems from that. Where to go? 5. But yeah, we'll be streaming for like another 2 hours. We got a lot of grinding to get done, because I want to get all of this done so that we don't get distracted with any PvP during the vault event. Too bad the event this week wasn't Explore, but oh well. Because it's not, we need to go spend some time in PvP now. Not too big a deal though. Doesn't take that long. Plus, I've been needing to gold farm anyways. Haven't really been gold farming lately. Our gold stack just keeps going down and down. Actually, did I even donate gold this week? I need to go do that if I haven't. Let me go check. Why do I feel like I haven't donated gold to my own guild? Let's see, guilds. Actually, technically someone else is the leader at the moment. It's someone else in charge. It's mainly because we'll be switching over to the Nintendo Switch version for quite a bit soon. They're basically running the guild. Let's see, did I donate my gold yet to the guild? Yes, I did. That's fine. But anyways, let's go back to the grinds. PvP, no, Lust. Lust team is so annoying. It's so easy to counter if you actually use a stun. But the problem is you have to go out of your way to go put a stun into your team. What delve would be the most helpful to start with on a new Nintendo Switch account? The best delve to do would probably be farm Warrens on level 20. Would probably be the best one. Just keep farming Warrens over and over and over again on level 20. And then complete all the other delves. But you want to go all in Warrens. Warrens... Is that a bug? Like a bug. Anyways. Warrens is by far the most... still the best delve in the game. That's why I farm it every day. And newer accounts would do the same. You would just do it at level 20 instead of what we do it at, which is at 110. To do it, you would complete out Warren's room 20 completely. Then it will be a 1x multiplier. And then keep completing it a 1x multiplier. And just keep doing that over and over again. It is more efficient to do it on 1x multiplier than on 2x. And not doing the final room. Because on 1x, you get a gigantic bonus at the end for completing it out. And it actually is overall more loot doing it at 1x than 2x without last room completion. But yeah, all your treasure and everything you should throw into Warrens until you get it to quality 10. At minimum quality 10, before you move on to any other delve. Then you could start doing other delves to actually try completing them, or at least getting them some renown. But as a newer player, your focus is mainly not to try to get renown, but to get as many shards as you possibly can, just to get all the troops to use for kingdom upgrading. Because they're essentially free troops, everything you get. And you get some pretty good ones too for early game, like Gargoyle, like Silent Sentinel once you get it fully traded. Hex Rat isn't awful in early game. Asp is insanely good in early game. Some of them are needed for upgrades, like everything in All-Seeing Eye, while not the most useful of things, are really important for getting Darkstone to 5-star in early game and stuff like that. But yeah, basically keep Warrens at level 20 forever in early game. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't even bother doing the Tuesday events if it's a Warrens event. You would just skip it because Warrens at level 20 is super important because you can farm all your shards all day long there until you finally have enough stats to actually go deeper into delves. And then you can start progressively getting all the delves deeper. Do make sure you get quality 10 before you move to any delve though. You should focus everything on getting Warrens to level 10 quality, and then focus on other delves that you might want to focus out for the event and other stuff. But Warrens is probably the most important first one. The order you'd probably do it on is also somewhat based on the events. So, of course, you focus on Warrens first. But instead of just going to, let's say, All Saying Eye or some kind of other order, you'd probably just want to do it in whatever the next event is. So let's say the following week's event is, let's just say, Crypt Keeper. You'd probably want to go and try getting quality 10 on Crypt Keeper if you have quality 10 on Warrens already. Because if that's coming up as the following event, you would want to make sure you have some upgrade there. So when you do the Tuesday event, you'll get better value out of it. I'm not sure if a newer account can actually complete that well. But it would definitely help having a higher quality delve because that's higher stats. Also, by then, potions would probably be added to the game very soon. I'm not sure if it's launching on a Nintendo Switch version, but it's probably going to come at the same time that PC and all the other versions get it. If that's the case, it should be coming in a few weeks. And once potions do come, that will make it a lot easier in early game to do events like that. That's one of the whole reasons why they're adding potions, to make it easier for early game players to actually complete out events. So that'll be quite helpful for the Switch version. You need 525,000 gold, I believe it is. It's either 525,000 or 550,000. Pretty sure it's 525,000 gold from every player in your guild in order to get to legendary tasks. I'm not sure if the guild I will be in will be doing that immediately. I sure hope we will be doing that, but there's no way to know for sure. It depends how active people are. But yes, technically a brand new guild can complete every single task within a few days if everyone grinded like crazy. That's very unlikely, but it is technically possible, and I'm hoping that the guild does it. We'll find out. That'd be kind of interesting to see if that does happen. Because not only would that help us with Guild Wars, it would help us with literally everything. Because every single one of those trees that you get maxed, you do get stats for. And those stats would be very important in early games since our stats would already be so low otherwise. Because every single battle, while it's not too much, we do get all of these bonuses from having every single task completed in the guild. 3 attack from completing red, 2 magic from completing purple, I mean. And 8 HP and 8 armor are from the other 4. I forget specifically which, but it gives 4 for each one. But yeah, you get all those stats from completing out all the tasks when you're in your guild, which is quite a bit beneficial if you're starting from like barely any stats at all. Gives a nice little baseline of extra stats. Not as beneficial as having every single kingdom to level 10, but still helpful. Because they do stack, of course. The benefit from the kingdoms on top of the benefit from the guilds. Okay, oh, grab our gold, get a key. Get another destroy down. And there we go. But yeah, one of the other reasons why I feel like no guild will have all tasks completed in the very first week is everyone's going to be focused on getting level 10 all kingdoms. That's probably more important than actually getting tasks done. Just because the extra stats will be required for literally everything. Particularly leaderboards. Leaderboards are probably going to be the most interesting thing that's going to happen with this Nintendo Switch version. Because if the leaderboards are exactly as they are right now, added to the Switch, it'll be the most broken thing ever to happen. Because there'll just be a bunch of power orbs and gems added to a brand new economy that would be easy to obtain within days. And there's going to be a lot of people who are just going to get an absurd amount of resource. And whoever makes like first, second, third place initially, like the top 10 initially, are going to be way ahead of everyone else for free. Or at least for, or you know, actually they'll probably have bought in some amount of packs, most likely, to be able to do that quickly. But, yeah, we'll have to see how that pans out. Because that is going to be pretty broken. But also interesting to see what exactly happens with it. How do you increase your max gold in battle from 100 to 200? Cedric. If you don't currently own him, you'll be able to obtain him this weekend, because the only way to really obtain him, well, there is only one way to obtain him, and that is from vault keys. So whenever there's a vault event, which will be occurring for the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you'll be able to get a lot more vault keys from your battles, and those vault keys have a chance of giving you Cedric Sparkle Sack. Cedric Sparkle Sack, when fully traded, has 100% gold gain, which is the highest gold gain in the game, and it does stack with itself, so if you use 2 of them, you would have a 300 gold cap instead of 200, and that's where the extra gold is coming from. It's from using Cedric within your team, and he's only obtainable from vault keys. Even though he's only a legendary, he's basically considered a mythic, because he serves the same purpose as Ferris Ra, except he does gold instead of souls. Unfortunately, he's only obtainable from vault keys. However, it's a really high drop rate. You can get him within about 10 to 15 vault keys, unless you get super unlucky. And you can easily get 10 to 15 vault keys within a single weekend, if you grind on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for several hours. And even if you don't, you'd probably still have a pretty good chance, because all the events and stuff give it. Like raids give a vault key, invasions give a vault key. The events on Tuesdays give a vault key for really cheap, even free sometimes. Bounty Hunter gives 2 vault keys and stuff like that. You can also accumulate them through those methods. Yeah, that's going to be another interesting thing to see if we can get on the other account very early. Ferris Ra or Cedric. Ferris Ra would allow us to build basically this team. This team is ultra cheap. The only thing that's hard to get is Cedric off it. The rest of the team is super easy. Egg Thief is ultra rare, and Greed is rare. And this you get off of 250 wins off of Thief Hero class, which is already a pretty good hero class. So the only thing that's hard to obtain from this team is Cedric. This team in general is also just one of the cheapest, efficient team in the game. It's one of the best teams in the game, yet it uses basically no hard to obtain troop aside from Cedric. Unfortunately, Cedric's the troop that makes this whole team work, unfortunately. But other than him, the team is ultra easy to obtain. And it wouldn't even matter if we had low stats, because all of our damage and mana accumulation is based on gold. Almost all of the destroys off of Egg Thief is based on gold, and almost all the damage on this weapon is based on gold. In both instances, like 80% of it's based on the gold, if not more. So it doesn't even matter if we have ridiculously low early game stats. As soon as we get a Cedric, we'd be able to run this team, and it would work out pretty nice. That'd be insane if we pull it on the very first vault key on the new account. Out of everything that could possibly happen, that'd probably be the most useful. That or getting Dragon Soul as our first Legends, which I have had happen on a new account before. I highly doubt it'll happen 2 times, though. But we did have one new account that did get... it was probably the best thing that has actually ever happened on any of our new accounts. But we had an account that within, I think, the 3rd day, got Dragon Soul as its first Legends. Which is relevant because of its really high damage and really high soul accumulation. You basically never need to do Arena if you get Dragon Soul that early. And you get to breeze through all of early and most of mid-game, just because Dragon Soul does 11 damage to everything by default, and 20 damage to everything if you put it with some dragons. And there's plenty of cheap dragons to put it with. Let's see. Animal Cross for Switch is coming out December 31st, 2019. Wait, did they really release a official date already? I recall that they didn't release a date yet, unless there was a trailer for it today that I didn't notice. Wait, was there actually an Animal Crossing trailer today? Oh, that's really disappointing that it's that late in the year. Like, all the good games coming out this year, other than, like, Mario Maker, are coming out at, like, the end of the year. Because Pokemon, I believe, is coming out almost on my birthday, I believe. It's sometime in November. And if Animal Crossing's, like, the last day of December, the last day of the year, that's a little disappointing. That's basically next year at this point. Let me go see. Did they actually release a thing yet for it? YouTube. Nintendo. Let's see. I don't see one. The Cadence of Hyrule thing, which I'll definitely be getting. Sounds like a lot of fun. Especially since I didn't get to play Necromancer. I don't see one for the thing, unless it got leaked by some other means. Let's see. Okay, anyways. Go grab a red. I missed the broken event point post. Wait, is event points not working? Event points better be working. Let me go check. I haven't actually been keeping track if it's working right now or not. I know we hit 300. Let's see. Go check. Let's see. Unless you're referring to a method to infinite farm them. In which case, no, I did not see that post. But no, it seems to be giving us all the normal amount. I know there's ways to cheese it with Dragon's Eye, but I wanted to do it normally. You can just keep spamming Dragon's Eye over and over again and get a kill each time, if that's what you're referring to. That was also one of the things I meant to include in the Dragon's Eye video. I still didn't record yet. But, yeah, I kind of wanted to do it the normal way. We did do some of the grinding with it. But it gets really repetitive just casting Dragon's Eye over and over again. Oh, once you get after a certain amount of points, it makes you reset? Oh, that's not good. The game probably thinks you're cheating by getting too many points within one battle. That's kind of funny. Okay. Because they were never really expecting people to be able to get like 100 event gems or something in a single battle. So they probably have some kind of check in place to make sure if that ever happens to undo it. But in doing so, actual methods that are capable of farming that many get undone. It's kind of funny if that's the case. Oh, good thing we're doing it normally then. Fighting delve battles is better than choosing 1x battles. Doing delve battles on level 20 at 1x. I mean, sorry. Yes. Doing battles on level 20 on 1x and completing out the entirety of the delve is more loot than keeping your delve at level 20 at 2x and completing it with everything except the last room. It is better just to complete it out, make it so it goes to 1x multiplier for your level 20, and then keep repeating the level 20 and never go past that. And the reason to do it that way is you get a +3 chest at the end, and that overall increases your loot way more than having it at 2x does. It's still a reduced loot rate compared to obviously just progressing forward on 2x the entire time. However, on a new account, you won't really be able to get much further. Most delves you'll probably be able to get to like level 50, maybe 100 at absolute best. So there's really not much of a point. You might as well just camp level 20 Warrens. Not to mention it has the best treasure room layout. Also, key team can be used there too, if you happen to get that in early game. And even if you don't have this exact key team, you can use Apothecary, Egg Thief, Skeleton Key, and Greed. And you could easily have that team built within the first week of playing the game, unless you get super unlucky with the ultra rares, which can happen sometimes. That's one of the annoying things about early game. You'll, for whatever reason, miss like that one ultra rare that you just seem to not be able to obtain for some reason for like an entire month. And it's probably going to be like the most important one, like an Apothecary or a Draconian Monk or something. Feels like that always happens. Even after 100 of keys, even after like a few thousand gem keys, it is technically possible to have not gotten a specific ultra rare. It's very unlikely, but it is technically possible. Oh yeah, Kevin, I probably made that more confusing by trying to explain it that way. Basically, the bottom line is, the way to go and farm when you're first starting out is go to Warrens, complete the room out completely on level 20, and then keep doing that. Keep going back to the level 20 and keep completing it out completely. Don't go to level 30, but just keep doing level 20 and just keep doing that over and over again. That's how you do it in early game. And don't ever, ever, ever get Warrens higher than that until you feel like you have enough to do Warrens at like level 90 or something. but that will take a while. Let's see. Okay. Let's go take our revenge. Even though this team isn't really meant for taking out 3 trophies. It can, though. Especially if we're actually using Thief, which we aren't. We can probably do it without Thief. Oh, we got a gnome, too. Hey, look, it's a gnome event already now. Still got 3 more hours, or 6 more hours or so before the event triggers. Doesn't mean he won't drop a Volkey, though. You never know. That'd actually be kind of funny if he drops a Volkey right now. We're going to be getting like 1 billion more this weekend, but it'd be great to see one still. Anytime seeing a Volkey drop is good. What do we take here? Brown. And always key him down. Actually, let me grab some gold first just to make sure that's enough damage. Fortunately, first slot doesn't die because he had barrier. Throw that down. And 1 more will do it. And now we just throw down key to kill it. Or not. That's bad. Do that. And now it's dead, assuming it doesn't get another barrier somehow. There we go. Hello, Toberson. Welcome. Oh, we only got 6,000 gold. That's not good. A little bit extra gold on top of our gold. I wish this troop was more viable. Why do all of the really good troop arts get horrible abilities? Every dragon with the best troop art in the game, except for like Dragon Soul, are like completely irrelevant dragons, which I hate so much. Probably the most disappointing one was when Rainbow Snake, the Quaddle, wasn't good or viable for anything. I was hoping we could use it a lot, but then they made it useless. And that's kind of what happened with this thing. It's a really interesting troop art, but it's not viable in any team. It's way too inconsistent to ever use. Okay, Key team. We'll fight Key against Key. Oh, he's using Bonnie Rose version of Key. A little bit more expensive, and it's actually a little bit slower. Though it works a lot better in early game because it can one-shot stuff. The reason you never see me using Bonnie Rose version of this team is it doesn't have enough to one-shot. That's basically the main reason. For that, and you have to sacrifice something from your team, and this team pretty much doesn't really have room to sacrifice something. He's sacrificing greed, which means he's sacrificing starting gold. But it does increase your damage by a lot, that's for sure. She does do like 100-something damage, which unfortunately this late in the game is normally not enough to kill heroes. But, still a useful troop nonetheless. Yep, we gained a level on Necromancer. Hopefully that's level 87, even though I didn't get enough time to see what it was. It should be 87, right? Yeah, 87. We won't be getting it max this weekend. However, Sentinel, hopefully we will. Really not an immediate need to get this hero class max, that's for sure. Actually, out of any hero class we don't have maxed, Sentinel's the only one that's actually useful to get maxed. Every other one is just for the sake of getting it maxed, just to have it done. Hello, Tracy! Everything's been going pretty well. You're level 1,114. Donate a minimum of 1 million gold a week. Minimum 1,500 seals. Finish events. iPhone player, looking for a guild. Oh, you're just looking for a guild. Well, my guild currently doesn't have any slots open at the moment. But if you contact me on the forum, I could probably try getting you in a queue. Because I don't believe we have anyone currently waiting to enter the guild. So, if you contact me there, I can let the guild leader know and get you in. Or actually, I could just get you in. But he currently has kicking capabilities. Also, if anyone's still looking for a very active Nintendo Switch guild, let me know. If you're planning on playing like 6+ hours a day. Because the goal is still to make the best guild on Nintendo Switch. Mainly because it would help us just progress the account. And also because it would be really fun to see. Let's see. We'll move that over. How do you find me on the forum? Just typing in Tacet would probably bring it up, and then just send a message to it. I'm pretty sure just typing that in would bring 1 billion posts of me. And clicking on any of them, and then clicking on any account just gives you like that little message thing. And just message me directly there. Yeah, I'll try getting you into our next empty slot if I can. I'm not sure when that will be, though. That could be days from now, could be weeks from now. Because we do currently have a full guild. And I don't currently have kicking capabilities. But I'll let the guild leader know. Okay. We'll take that down, take the brown. Grab red. Get a destroy down. Into the key. Oh, sorry. How do you find the actual forum? Gemsofwar.com, and then click forum. Is where the forum is. It's the official Gems of War website. Pretty much the only part of that website that is used is the redeem code section and the forum section. Actually, speaking of the redeem code section, let me go hand out a redeem code. They still haven't yet. I actually meant to do that after we finished the Necromancer event, but then completely forgot. So, yeah, let's go hand out a code. Let's see. Edit. Let me go mark code down so we know we used it. Mark it. Copy it. Copy. Save it so we know we used it. Put it in the code section. Save. Refresh. Get that. And here it goes. Go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click that link. Your invite code is found underneath the settings menu. Oh no, why did I go this way? It's gonna lag for like half a minute now. I wish they would fix this. Okay, that didn't go too badly. Let me go take our tribute. But anyways, your invite code is found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. The redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy and paste the random numbers and letters. And give same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And it works on every version of the game except for all the console versions. Anyways, next order of business. How many more event gems do we need? Go take a peek. Oh, I did see a bug earlier. That wasn't my imagination. There's a fruit fly in this room. I hate those things. At least it's not as annoying as flies. Anyways, gotta keep going. We're more than halfway there. Still not all the way there yet. And as I mentioned earlier, we're not ending the stream until that's done. We probably still have like another good hour. Okay, do we throw key? Take brown for now. Get key down. What else? Grab a purple. Hopefully that allows us to take red. Take the other red. Just let him do whatever. Get our hit right there. And then we keyed key. And he's dead off of anything, or almost anything. And dead. Yep, no problem for the code, everyone. Hey, thank you, Christy. Yeah, finally got a haircut. The yearly spring haircut. Or seasonally. Well, normally I do it basically by the seasons. Like I normally do it about once a month or once every few months. But normally through winter, I always grow it out from like normally around November, December, and then don't normally shave it until spring. Because the hair just is extra warmth for the cold season. Okay, we'll go and throw a key down. And he double revives, one off of Bandit, one off of the trait. But that's actually beneficial, because more kills is more event gems, which is what we're grinding right now anyways. We're also trying to get some gold. Wow, he actually got a revive on every possible instance. I guess technically he could have banded it infinitely. But every revive trait he had triggered at least once. Yep, no problem, everyone. For the code. And we might be handing out multiple on tomorrow's stream, Saturday's stream, and if I do end up streaming on Sunday, Sunday's stream. Just because we're going to be streaming for multiple hours, so might as well have a little bit more than normal. Also, that's going to be kind of weird. Should I hand out... this is going to be applicable to next week. But should I even hand out redeem codes when we're playing on a Nintendo Switch version? When we start doing that next week? Because that'd be kind of weird. Because I'd be handing out a code that people technically can't use. Well, obviously all the other versions can use it. But it'll be kind of weird playing specifically on the Nintendo Switch version. Then handing out a code that no one on Nintendo Switch version can actually use. Which is slightly unfortunate. Oh, sorry, Morden. What did you ask? To join the guild? Well, let me know in the forum, because I don't currently have, like, a list of people at the moment. Normally, I only have a list if people specifically contact me there. Because it's a lot easier to keep track of it there. Because that's where I keep track of all my Gems of War related stuff. Pretty much just in the private messages of the Gems of War forum. Let's see. Unless you asked something else, in which case, what was the question? Because I didn't see it. So the things that only drop from Vault Keys, is it worth using Ascension Orbs on them? No. It is pointless to try using Ascension Orbs on any of them that are only found within Vault Keys. There's 2 reasons for this, or 3 reasons. 1 is they're useless troops. 2 is they're not associated with the kingdom. And 3 is there's no benefit to actually doing so. Like, they're not used for anything. They're not used for kingdom upgrades. They're not useful as troops. And there's no inherent benefit of actually getting them upgraded. So no, you should never use orbs on them. It is true that they are actually technically the hardest things in the entire game to max out. But unless you're doing that in ultra late game for super ultra 100% completion of maxing everything to mythic, I would highly advise not doing it. Even with how late game we are, I don't even think it's worth it. Better off saving it for Zugoth. If you have that many spare orbs, you might as well just save it for Zugoth. But no, you should never use your orbs to ascend any of the Vault troops. The only exception to that is Cedric. You can use a small blue on Cedric if you want to go get him to Mythic. But aside from that, no Vault troop should ever be orbed. At least in the current state of the game. Hello, William. Welcome. Okay, we'll get a key down. That's throw or destroy. Let's see. It's 1 a.m. when my stream starts. Well, when I do those other streams, they'll be earlier. Friday, Saturday, and Saturday morning streams will be starting around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they'll be going for around 8 hours each or so, give or take. They might be longer, they might be shorter. The plan is approximately 8 hours. The Sunday one will probably be shorter if I even do it at all. But the Friday, Saturday ones will probably be around 6, 8, maybe longer. Plus, we'll still be doing the 8 p.m. stream like we do every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got a little break in between just to eat and relax a little bit. And mainly just to get my eyes off a screen. Let's see. That or an exercise break. From sitting for so long. Okay, we'll take the green down. Yes, it is true that technically the treasure troops, or the troops within vaults, aside from Cedric, all the common ones, are technically the hardest things in the entire game to get fully ascended. However, there's no inherent value in doing so, other than just saying you have them all maxed. I don't even believe they're counted on the leaderboard. There's a leaderboard external to the game, but I believe it excludes vault troops, just because of how pointless it is to upgrade them. Or I know it did in the past. I don't know if it still excludes it or not. Let's see. Take a red. That'd be sad if he actually escapes. I'm not even sure if I currently still have a pet active or not. Given that we have a pet right here, probably. But hopefully not. Otherwise, killing this is pointless. Because it gives almost no loot. It gives like 2 white pet food. That'd be sad if he escapes. He almost did. He got so close. And then we key him down. Come on, snake. Snake, snake, snake. No, that's useless. I don't need that. And most people in my guild have probably already maxed it because of how many times we've had it. Let me go double check to see if I maxed it. Pretty sure I have. But might as well double check. You never know. Let's see. Boom, boom. Yep, maxed. I thought so. Exactly what I thought. Also, I probably won't be doing much of the pets during the pet event, or during this weekend event. Oh, hello. Wow, really? Did we just get back-to-back pet gnomes? Well, time to go leave the battle. No, just kidding. That glitch doesn't work anymore, where you leave the battle and then you have a new gnome there. They ended up patching that several months ago. Unfortunately. Because now we just get a useless 2 white pet food, and there's nothing we can do about it. And yeah, all we get is 2 white pet food, which is basically the equivalent of getting literally nothing. Hello, Lee! Welcome! Yes, we got a haircut. Okay, what do we take here? Green. Grab this to take a red. Oh, why'd I give him 4 times? Well, at least we got a good follow-up if he doesn't ruin it. And, of course, he ruins it. And we'd even get a surge. So we're 1 mana short. Take the red, get an egg down, and go from there. Come on, this team is literally one-shottable. There we go. Of course, we don't have a weapon currently that does that, but we'll do that. Get destroy down. And Keem again. There we go. Okay. Sure, we'll take this one. Why not? 3 fire bombs and a 1-shot Sunbird. Grab that. Take our red. Brown Surge. Never mind. We'll take that. Apparently we got both. Fortunately, we didn't get a Brown Surge, though. And now we just wait till we fire bombs once, and then we win. Oops, wrong direction. And we key it down, dead. There we go. Ooh, Revenge Rival Battle. That is so tempting. I guess we'll take it. That other instant win battle was also pretty tempting. But I do want to take this one because of the gold it gives. Revenge battles do still give twice the amount of gold. Plus the extra 3 glory, of course. Plus they're normally a rival battle as well, which gives an extra 2 glory. And he just devoured. That's not good. Luckily, he did not devour something that's relevant. Actually, devoured the least relevant thing on our entire team. Unfortunately, that does mean he gains a lot of HP. He devoured the thing that gains HP. But, still have the full functionality of our team, so it's fine. Okay, we'll take a skull first, because that'll be enough to key it dead, and dead. Oh no, why'd he gain barrier? Oh, that better not devour again. Okay, good. I thought that was for a second. It was just killing it with damage, though. There we go. And it doesn't actually show that we got twice that amount of gold, but we got about 8,000 gold from that battle. Because it gives slightly less than double. I don't know why it still doesn't display it, but we did get that much gold from it. If you check your gold before and after, it does double, or nearly double, the amount that it shows on that screen. Let's see. Green, but there's no green. Let's take a yellow for now. Grab that green so we can go into destroy. Actually, I'm good to go for destroy now, just to make sure we have enough damage. I believe that's enough. And yes, it is. And now we just need a skull. Or key, either or. Also, when's that patch finally coming that's going to use all these maps? I think we're currently sitting on 8,200 maps. It's going to feel weird being in early game and having like 0 maps. Because on our other account, we're essentially going to have 0. Any map we do get, we're going to want to use. Because that's one of the only few viable methods of gaining gems in early game. But that's not what I wanted to check. What I wanted to check is how many maps do we have? Yeah, I was about right. 8,226. Oh, also, I haven't done dungeons yet. Let me go do that real quick before I forget. Okay, let me see if I can get this fruit fly real quick. It's on my screen. Got him. Okay, that's good. So now he won't be annoying tomorrow on our stream. Sorry, fruit fly. Okay, there we go. Threat neutralized. It was gonna drive me crazy all tomorrow if that didn't happen. Okay, anyways, take that. Take a red. Grab a key down. Get an egg down. Take a another egg. Another key and dead. Also, we have so many diamonds right now. We have enough to craft... If I convert all my shards, we have enough to craft 11 or 10 mythics. Almost 11. And currently, even without crafting them, I have enough to craft 9 mythics. I've only ever crafted 2 mythics, though, I believe. No, 1. I've only ever crafted a 4 Fairshra. I have not crafted anything else other than that so far. Just because I haven't needed to, because we own everything in the game. Unless they're planning on release something that costs like 20,000 or 30,000 diamonds, which I highly doubt they would do. That'd be kind of funny if they made a Zoogoth version of diamonds. That'd be really annoying if they did, though. Maybe that'll be their trait stone sink. I highly doubt it, though. Because most of those are just one-time off things. Because obviously someone who crafts a Zoogoth's only ever going to craft one. I don't think a single person in the entire game owns 2 Zoogoths. And if they did it just so they could be the one person that owns 2 Zoogoths. Okay, we'll throw down the key. And there we go. And I don't bother with the 50 gem things because events are better spent, or it's better to spend gems on the events more often than not than to bother spending on those resources, especially since we basically have infinite of all these resources, at least in the current economy of the game. Anyways, back to PvP. How many more do we have? I'm actually surprised we didn't get the next reward yet. Did we not? Oh, we're 1 battle away. No wonder why we feel like it's right on top of it. Because we are. Okay, 1 battle, and then we go claim the gem keys. And then we have another 300 more kills to go until we get the other one done. Which should take a little over an hour. Kill that many. We got about another hour of PvP. We technically don't have to do all of it now. But getting it all done now just makes it so we don't have to do PvP later. During the Vault event. Where our time would be better spent spamming Explorer infinitely. Is the Warrens the only delve that gives good trait stones? Pretty much. I don't know why that is. But yes, Warrens is the only delve that currently gives trait stones on the final battle. It's kind of weird that it is, but it is. There are so many benefits to Warrens. It's almost hard to list them all out. It has a really good room layout where you actually get to choose, and it's good for learning proper order as far as like multiplier order and everything. It has the best treasure room layout, having a potential of 3 total treasure rooms with 1 guaranteed treasure room. All 3 of those can be a Cedric room, and all 3 of those are only 3 rooms away in order to reach that Cedric room, making it overall the quickest possible Cedric room, aside from the most recent delve. But the most recent delve isn't really that good since it only has 2 treasure rooms, and one of them, while it is really close, the chance of it being Cedric, that one specific one, is really unlikely. But yeah, Warrens has the best treasure room layout, a decent layout in general, the most amount of loot that you could possibly get since the Cedric rooms are so close if they do appear, and it has 3 arcanes every single time you complete it out, or 4 if you're on 2 times multiplier. So there's a lot of extra loot that you end up getting from Warrens. Did I get the Switch version yet? No, it has not launched yet. Unless they magically launched it out of nowhere. But no, it shouldn't launch until the 26th. Unless it launched within the last several hours. And I don't know about it, but I'm pretty sure someone in chat would have mentioned it if it did. But then again, probably too many of you don't actually play the Switch. So maybe not. I know some of you do. But, I don't know, maybe I should go check. I don't know, do you know if it has launched yet? It's supposed to come out on the 26th. Or approximately 26th. It says 26. That could mean the 25th. That could mean the 27th. That could mean April 1st. But to my understanding, it shouldn't be out yet. And it's most likely coming out next Tuesday. Let's see. Let's take the revenge battle. I wish it was out now. Actually, I kind of wish it wasn't out now. Never mind. The time it's coming out is actually perfect. It's supposed to come out next Tuesday. And that's going to be perfect because this weekend we're farming the Vault event like crazy. And on Monday we'll be focused on covering video content for everything. And then Tuesday will finally be free, kind of. We'll still have to do a bunch of delves, but I might not even do the delve event on Tuesday. Might be the first time I skip it on my main account. Because I'm probably going to want to put all the time on the other account instead. Not really that big a deal, especially if we end up getting Zoogoth this weekend. Like, if we get Zoogoth this weekend, we're, like, in the clear. Oh, no, he's actually winning. What is this? Oh, I didn't even take Greed. I should have taken Greed there. He would have been dead. I think I might have just lost because of that. Okay, no, not quite. But we could have been progressed further in this battle, if so. Because that skull would have hit the troop right there instead. That's still winnable. Key. There we go. 2 damage. Dead. Well, that was almost bad. If he was running anything that had barrier, we probably would have lost because of that. Luckily, his first slot did not use Titan or anything with barrier on Brown. Okay, we'll take the green there, grab a gold. That or it just didn't take a brown. Wasn't actually paying attention to what mana it took. So when doing level 20 Warrens, are you supposed to run away before the last room? No, you complete every room. That's what I was referring to with the 2 times compared to 1 times thing. It is better to do it, to completely complete out the delve and do it on 1 times multiplier than it is to do all the rooms excluding the last one and doing it on 2 times. So yes, basically, you just keep completing out the level 20 delve and complete it to full completion. And keep going back to 20. Do not do it any higher than 20. The only exception to that is during a delve event, in which you can't do that method. But if you're just farming your daily ones, you want to do it that way, because you can always backtrack 1 delve. So, however, do not apply that method on Vault events. Otherwise, I mean, not Vault events, on Tuesday events, because it doesn't work on Tuesday events. But whenever you go into a normal delve screen, you have the option to do the previous one. Actually, if I go to my delve screen right now, you can see that. But that's basically what you do. Let me go show it with an example. Let's see. Warrens, delve. So, for example, it would normally only show you 2 options if you were to have it on level 20. So you complete out level 20. It'll be right here for 2 times multiplier, or here. I forget where it actually appears. And then after you complete it, you'll have 2 options. A level 20 for 1 times multiplier, and a level 30 for 2 times multiplier. Take the 20, and then just keep repeating that over and over again. That's essentially what you do. If you get it any further than that, you do the same method, except you just do it on whatever the 1 times is at. So right now we're doing it at 110. But basically, whatever your 1 times is at, completely finish that out, and keep doing that over and over and over again. So basically, that's how I guess I could describe it. Whatever is currently at 1 times multiplier, you do. So just do level 20, and keep doing the 1 times multiplier, which is the level 20 over and over again. And make sure you never go further than 20, because if you complete out level 30, it'll make it so your options are 20, 30, 40, which I guess wouldn't be too big a deal, since you could backtrack to 20. But you would get a 0.5 times multiplier instead of 1 times, which would reduce your loot for no reason. So just make sure you just keep doing level 20. And you are allowed to fully complete it during the daily ones. However, don't fully complete it during the Tuesday event. There you go. Anyways, I'll grab our gem keys right there. And now to go get our gems. Finish out that grind while getting a bunch of gold. Yes, you can use the runaway method. However, it actually is less loot. Not by much, but it is less loot running away than to just complete out the room. Anytime I said the runaway method was better was before they refixed the loot system or the point system in the Tuesday events. Okay, what do we take here? Go grab a key. Oh wow, this feels like an explore battle. It's so weak. Actually, a PvP 1 trophy. Actually, I think an explore battle would be stronger than that. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, revenge. That's so tempting, but that team is also so annoying, so I'm not going to take it. Okay, grab a gold, grab a brown, get a key down. So how's Necromancer doing? Still level 87. Yeah, it's probably only going to go up 1 more level. EXP goes way slower in PvP. The EXP rate of PvP with the way we're currently doing it right now is about 120 per hour, which isn't awful. But Explorer is about 180 to 240 per hour. PvP is about half that. Even though you're getting 2 XP per battle, during PvP it's still a lot less. Just because battles take a lot longer, compared to Explorer where you just win instantly. The quickest PvP battles possible are like 20-30 seconds. And on average, they're more like a minute each. Whereas in Explorer, You can get them as low as like a little under 15 seconds, whereas the longest ones are only like 20-30 seconds at most. Unless you're getting excessively unlucky. Or like a team like that we just faced is about as quick as as quick as a PvP team we're ever going to really get for a PvP win. Also, if anyone else has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Because the rest of this time we're just going to be doing PvP with gold farming key team. Farming gold while simultaneously trying to get the event done. Mainly just trying to get the event done. So that we can completely focus on explore for the weekend, for the gnome event, without getting distracted by PvP or anything else. I might not even bother doing my daily delves, just to focus on our time on doing gnome grinding instead. But then again, if we're going to be streaming so much, we could probably throw it in. It's only going to take like half an hour to get them in. But that's a half an hour we could be spending towards gnomes. And we're at the point where we basically have infinite shards. I do not have infinite treasure, but we have a pretty decent competent amount of shards for getting the next troop. Like, we already have enough shards right now that the next delve that they add, we're going to be able to max it immediately with what we currently have. Not even counting everything else we'll get between them. I said PvP so much tonight because that's all we're doing tonight, pretty much, is PvP. What will be the best class for this team? Thief. Thief is the best class for this team. The reason we're not using it now is I'm trying to level Necromancer. But Thief is the best hero class. It's basically the only weapon in the entire game where the best hero class for the weapon is actually the hero class that it drops from. It's kind of weird because I don't think that's the case for any other weapon in the entire game. Except for maybe Frost Mage's weapon. But, yeah, you get the Skeleton Key from Thief hero class. And the best hero class to use the weapon with is Thief. It's kind of coincidental that that was the case. For once they... Or not coincidental, but they finally made a weapon that's actually good with the hero class for once. Which is nice. You would kind of assume that every single weapon would be like that. However, that's not the case. But yes, Thief is the best thing to use with it. It has 5 gold gain per turn, so you don't necessarily need to use Greed with it. So you could use Bonnie Rose or something else. It has 7% chance to kill every time you get a kill. It has Stealthy, which is important because this is the most important thing on your team. If you're running a key team, is the key itself. It has 30% dodge in case you need it to survive. It has Hunter's Mark, so you can do more damage off of Egg Thief's Destroy, as well as Skulls in general. And the most important thing, and the whole reason why you actually use the hero class, is it does 7 damage per extra turn to the last enemy. And this is important because that allows Key to kill things that it normally wouldn't have been able to kill. Let's say we'd go and use Key and we were like 20 damage short. If we were using Thief hero class, it would have died to an extra turn. Because we could have just taken a few extra turns really easily, passively, without going out of our way at all. And simply have killed it that way. And then thrown the Key for an extra turn. So it basically allows Skeleton Key to gain extra turns, where otherwise wouldn't be able to. Against weaker battles, that doesn't matter as much. But if you're trying to take out 3 trophy battles, it's almost mandatory to set it to Thief. Fully traded Thief, of course. Even from an early game perspective, it's really good combo, this entire team. And Cedric you replace with Apothecary until you own Cedric. Because most newer players won't own a Cedric unless they get ultra lucky. But Egg Thief and Greed are really easy. Let's see. Is Ketris any good? Yes. Ketris is actually a really good mythic. Not only is it required for a +1 attack kingdom these days, for 10 star, but you basically just go get him a bunch of mana, throw him on 2nd slot, throw him on 4th slot, and you just won the game. That's pretty much what you do for every battle with him. You can buff his stats if you want, but more often than not, he just runs in red spam teams. That ends up feeding him some stats off of his final trait, and then you cast a 2nd, cast that 4th, and then you kill out the entire enemy team. Because doing that does 100% damage to everything on the opposing team, except for 1st slot. But 1st slot would just die to skulls anyway, so it works out to quick kill pretty much anything in the game. Ketris is not used for delves for the most part. Maybe early delves you can, but normally gargoyles are better for early delves. Yeah, it's mainly just used for PvP. PvP, occasionally Guild Wars, occasionally Tower of Doom. But those are the main locations that you'd really throw them in. It's mainly a PvP troop for the most part. You throw it on second, you throw it on 4 if you won. Yeah, he's a really good troop to have. Just throw him with a Mountain Crusher. Mountain Crusher, Apothecary, Ketris, one other troop. And you can kill pretty much anything in PvP. Unless your stats are a lot lower than them. He is really stat dependent, so a lot of his damage is based on having stats. But the later you get into the game, the better Ketris gets. He is one of those mythics that would be a little bit weak in early game, probably. But, because Gargoyle would probably be a little bit better. But, the later you get into the game, the better he gets. Because the more stats you'll have. And all of his, or most of his damage is based on his stats. His attack, armor, and HP. He's also really good with things like Divinia, because you can HP buff while increasing his damage. It's also really commonly used with all 3 of them, Yalgweg, Divinia, and Ketris, with one other troop. He also works on Divine teams if you own Divine Ishpala. Let's see. You have Titan, Sentinel, Thief, and Dragon Guard to level 100. Frost and Necro to 70. What should you level next? Let me see. Let me think that through real quick. Trying to think of relevant hero classes. Got a good majority of them. I guess the next one to focus would be probably Mech to 70. Mech is still ran in some teams, and it only requires them to add like one really big mech before it could become meta again. It used to be ran with bomb bots a lot, but it's not really ran for much these days though. Yeah, there's not too many really good hero classes these days. Like obviously any of them that have half mana start to some. Oh! Never mind, there is one good one that you're missing. My bad. Get Bard to level 70. As well as Priest to 100. My bad. Almost forgot about those. Probably Bard to 70 first, because Priest to 100 is only relevant if you have a lot of Mythic Divines. But yeah, Bard to 70 and Thief to 100. Bard is actually pretty decent, given that Wild Folks got buffed. Plus, it's always good in Yellow Guild War if you want to run it for Yellow Guild War. Or any time where you're restricted to a lot of yellow. And, like Tower of Doom as well, and some delves. And, so you'd want to get that to at least 70. You could do it to 100, but I believe the game's almost no benefit at 100. And, Divine you would use for 4 times Divine teams. 4 times Divine teams are still insanely good. Even though they nerfed a lot of the better Divines. It's still relevant to have maxed out Divine. Assuming you have all of the good mythics in the game. Or all the good Divine mythics, like Infernus, like Ketris, like Ubistet, stuff like that. What team do you suggest for fast PvP trophy hunt? Exactly what we're doing right now. Other similar teams is basically probably trying to run a Yalgwei team, Queen Titania. The cheapest way to do that is Alchemist, Money Lender, Yalgwei, Queen Titania. The more expensive way, and one that most people can't do because it uses that one weapon, is Flamefer, Yalgwei, Apon, and Queen Titania. You've probably even seen us face it a couple times. Actually, that was our revenge battle that we had for that one. But it's the other really good PvP team right now. Or just several. That's not the only ones, but those are like some of the bigger ones at the moment. But yeah, using Key Team, I would say, is just still overall one of the better ones because you gain gold, a lot of gold every battle, and it is a relatively quick speed. It's not the absolute quickest wins, but you make up for that with how much gold you get. And technically maps as well. Well, of course, that aspect being a little bit irrelevant, but mainly the gold. And team does run a lot quicker for actually using Thief as well. I'm just not doing it so we gain some XP. It would, of course, be even quicker if we were using a proper hero class, which would also allow us to do 2 trophies and 3 trophies more than 1 and 2. Because right now I'm taking the easier ones just to speed it up a little bit since we're not using Thief. And the only reason we're not is to gain EXP. Currently at 87, hopefully soon 88. Okay, grab a key. Let me take that gold just in case that doesn't kill first slot. Grab a green. Oh, come on. There we go. Destroy everything and go from there. Do that, do it again. Get down again. And there we go. Okay, next order of business. We'll take that one. Okay. Grab gold. Grab key. Grab mana. And dead. Hey, she got a map. Too bad we don't get to steal her map. Still got a map, though. Okay, how many more do we need? We're probably still another, like, 300 away. But I do want to check real quick. Actually, we were 300 away at the milestone. So we're, like, 250 away probably now. We're actually probably still 1 hour away. If it's 240, if it's around 240 away, it's like an hour away. Because we can do, what, about 60 wins in a hour or so for PvP? Let's see. A little bit less than that, but about that many. It's 206 away. Yeah, we could probably get that done. Yeah, I guess we'll finish it this stream. 206, that's not too bad. That's like, what, 50 minutes? I believe it's about 50 minutes. So let's continue. Yeah, we'll get that done. And then that will allow us for the weekend to focus solely on just doing the Vault event this weekend and nothing else. Or almost nothing else. We'll probably still throw the occasional pet and maybe do delves. But other than that, it is all in on the Sentinel slash Gnome grind this weekend. Probably the first Vault event in months that we are actually going to be spending an absurd amount of time on. Most of the other ones I haven't gone too crazy with, just because I didn't have as much time on the weekends. But this time around we do, so we will be going all in. Let's see. We'll take that. Grab a red there. Take a sip of water. Okay. Okay, so let's take that over. Grab a key. Take a green. Throw an egg down. Destroy everything. Grab another key, and there we go. Yeah, I won't even check it again until we get to 2 hour mark, because I know for sure we won't be there within that time frame. Hey, we got a key mirror. Using the exact same team, different pet, slightly different order. Same premise though. And he's using the right hero class? He is. He's using Thief. Look, he's using it correctly. Unlike us. Except he doesn't have it traded yet because he's only level 679. Okay. I'll throw a key down. Yeah, destroy. Get another destroy. Apparently killed that 1 billion times. We'll watch. He's going to revive again. I hope he doesn't here. It'll be a little bit annoying if he does. Okay, good. He did have a chance. Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep taking 1 trophy for the most part. Unless it's a really juicy firebomb or a really easy revenge. We just keep going 1 trophy on normal PvP. Oh, so that's something they said they would do in the future, though still haven't yet. Expanding out PvP rewards. Currently only goes down up to 1,900 rating. And other than the little bit of extra gold that you get in normal PvP, there's not really much of a need to do PvP beyond 1,900 points. There might be in the future, but as it currently stands, there's not much of a need to. Okay, I'll take the 1 trophy. Hey, an Asp. I wonder if he's actually using it. Great early game troop. Oh, we might be incorporating that into our early game team. Because that has no mana conflict with Elwyn, which is the main thing our team will be centered around. The only problem is it's mixing true damage with physical damage. But bleed is so much damage that I don't even think it matters. That's another thing we're going to have to mess around with. 3 Asps with a mana generator, or 2 Asps, a mana generator, and hero. Or if that 1 mana generator is Mountain Crusher, hero as Titan as Mountain Crusher followed by 3 Asps. Or something along the lines of anything I just said. We should mess around with. Because obviously 10 true damage per turn is absurdly ridiculous in early game. And we haven't gotten to see bleed in early game ever. Because I've never shown it on the channel because, well, it just came out basically... Well, it came out several months ago, but it's only been realistic since about a month and a half ago. And obviously, we've never made an account in that time, a new account. So it'll be the first time we really get to mess around with bleed in early game, which is by far the most overpowered mechanic in early game. It's not even close. It's 10 true damage per turn, which is enough to instantly wipe essentially everything in the game, in early game. Of course, it takes a lot of cast in order to get that many. And we might need to get that one legend upgraded if we want to get at a decent rate. But it'll still be really funny. We'll probably just mess around with Asps at first. It's not going to be as good. We won't be able to get 10 stacks. But combined with how much damage it naturally does and the fact that it has 75% mana start, it should be fine. Plus, we can still level hero while we do it. Getting Titan to level 100 is really important. Because theoretically, once we have Mang level 100 Titan, as long as they never hit us on our actual HP and armor, like as long as they're hitting our barrier, it's essentially like playing late game. Because you'd have all the stats to one-shot everything off of Mang. You would have infinite not dying off of barrier. And then you just need to focus on skull spamming, which you could do with pretty cheap stuff like skeleton and actually there's not too many cheap options. There's skeleton and there's those 2 new empower troops. But the problem is those 2 empower troops I don't believe are in the drop table yet. When the Switch version will come out, it'll be at least like a few weeks before they drop in. Because it takes a month before those come back into the drop table. But still, we'd have skeleton, that's a common, and there's a few other options lingering around. Let's see. Plus, we might get lucky and get like a Keeper of Souls or something. That would actually be a really good, interesting combo. Mang as Titan, followed by Keeper of Souls, Apothecary, and one other troop. Would be really, really solid in early game, as well as throughout the entire game. Particularly in early game, just to see how it would function. Of course, the main point, or the main thing that most people would be missing in that team would be the Keeper of Souls, of which there is no substitute. The only substitute, I guess, would kind of be Bone Dragon. They're technically in the event key drop table right now, too. It is key to our event right now. Fortunately, by the time the Nintendo Switch version comes around, it will not be key to our event anymore. Actually, what is next week's event? Because that will determine how valuable our event keys are. I didn't even bother double checking. What is next week's event? Next week's event is... Please be something good. Glacial Peaks. That is interesting for one reason and one reason only. Queen Mab. Not only is she ridiculously annoying, Mana Burn's not really relevant these days, but what is relevant is her freeze when fully traded. And there is still a ridiculously cheap team that requires her as the hardest component that works in early game. And that is anything, hero, or no, wait, never mind. It's hero in first slot, Valkyrie, or hero running anything in first slot, most likely Mountain Crusher, followed by SS Titan, followed by Valkyrie, Justice, Queen Mab. And the reason that's relevant is, well, first, your Queen Mab needs to be fully traded. That is required for that team. But Justice has a ridiculously high boost ratio off of freeze. And you can end up utilizing that combo to gain an absurd amount of HP and attack, while also creating skulls or doom skulls, which essentially allows you to never die while simultaneously instant killing the enemy, assuming the convert works. The biggest issue with it is gem spawn, so it is pretty inconvenient. Also, the other issue with it is it does require fully traded Queen Mab, which is pretty expensive from an early game perspective. But yeah, that would technically be possible. I guess we might throw our event keys down, though I'm not quite sure because almost every other drop that isn't Queen Mab is pretty useless. Even Borealis, to a degree, because I don't think we'd really need that for much. I don't know. Let me double check. I don't think Glacial Peaks really had anything worth event keying other than Queen Mab. And if Queen Mab's literally the only thing, probably not worth it. Because the chance we'd get a Queen Mab out of like 20 or 30 event keys is not going to be that good. Oh yeah, what's the Polar Bear? Freeze an enemy, create 6 blue, boosted by frozen enemies at 3 times multiplier. It's green-yellow. Never mind. That changes things slightly. It is a rare, though. which means it won't be in the event key drop table because the patch, I'm pretty sure Switch version isn't running on 4.3. Pretty sure it's coming in later, so it won't be in the event key drop table. So yeah, event keys would still be useless. That didn't change. Not to mention, Silverglade's the following one. Doesn't Silverglade have, what does Silverglade have? Doesn't Silverglade have one really important troop? Why do I forget what Silverglade has? Oh yeah, Christinex. Duh. I guess technically Queen Titania too. I mean Elspeth. And why did I say Titania? I meant Elspeth. But anyways, let me go double check those real quick. Because this is the first event we'll have, is Glacial Peaks. Let me see. Where'd it go? Where's Glacial Peaks? Alphabetical order. Still can't find it. There it is. But yeah, useless, mostly useless. It's not even an event key. Wait, it is. Never mind. Useless, mostly useless. Only good thing in this entire kingdom. Only good for Blue Guild War and would be irrelevant in early game. Useless. Yeah, we're not spending event keys. Never mind. There's one good drop in the entire kingdom. Maybe two. And that's about it. And maybe we would pick up like an Ice Golem. But no, it's not worth it. So yeah, we're not spending event keys immediately. What's Silverglade though? Silverglade should be a lot better. So we'll probably throw it the following week. Let me see, where's Silverglade? Oops, that's not Silverglade. Silverglade. It is Silverglade, right? Yeah, it is Silverglade. So, what does Silverglade have that's irrelevant in early game? Enchantress technically is, though not too good. Christinex is amazing. Elspeth is situational, but once fully traded is fine. Queen Aurora. Too bad there's no guaranteed chance of getting it. It also requires fully traded, which is annoying. But as long as you get the first trait, you just have to get 2 orange orbs, which isn't too bad. So, if we focused it, it'd be okay. However, it's not an obscenely good mythic. It's only average. And that's about it. We also get Wisp. We'd also get the new troop that's coming in, which is probably not too good, though. Gain +1 magic, or gain +1 life to an ally, and enchant them and bless them. Yeah, it's not that good. But if we could pull a Christinex out of it, it would be worth it. Christinex is not the greatest of troops, but from an early game perspective, it's it would work with Elwyn. So anything that works with Elwyn is fine. Anyways, back to the PvP grinds. But yeah, the first 2 weeks, not really insanely good. And then we have Sinner Mirage after that, which for early game perspective doesn't have anything either. It does have a few okay troops, but none of that's good in early game. Except for Gluttony. So if we didn't have Gluttony by then, we'd probably throw some event keys for it. Also, what's going to be kind of interesting is when Nintendo Switch version comes out, I can actually have 2 instances of Gems of War open. That is something I can't currently do, because you would have to run a whole nother operating system to currently do that, or at least a whole nother instance of Steam, which I believe requires a whole nother operating system or some kind of weird way to do it. But we'll actually be able to load 2 instances at once if we have Nintendo Switch version, because one I could just run on my TV running through the Nintendo Switch itself and just have it through a capture card, whereas the other one is, you know, the normal one that we always do on the PC, which is what you guys are watching right now. But I could easily switch between both of those seamlessly with a single click of a button. The audio wouldn't switch though, but as far as like showing gameplay for it, could easily do that with a single click of the button. That'd be interesting. So I could start incorporating that into Monday videos too, once the Switch version comes out. Because we could simultaneously show early game, while also simultaneously showing our main account for all the stuff that is relevant for the main account. Also showing all the stuff that's relevant for early game and mid game. So Monday videos just got slightly longer. But it should have useful information. That's actually helpful for the general player. Or at least early game. Early mid game. Because I know some people do say that my content is geared a little bit too much to late game sometimes. Which is somewhat does happen because, well, everything related to this account is basically max. So it's a little bit hard sometimes to show some of the earlier stuff. But once that happens, it'll be pretty easy. Let's see. Grab a gold. Take our green. Grab a red. Also, that's going to be really weird, because I'm going to need to start playing once I do have that. with 2 mice, assuming that it has mouse and keyboard capability. But if it does, we'll be playing with 2 mice, 2 keyboards, and 2 controllers. And yes, I do have 2 of all those. That's going to be a really weird setup. Pretty sure I'm going to forget which one is which. So yeah, I'm going to need 2 of each if we're going to play each optimally. Which I already have, so it's not really that big a deal. I always have a backup of everything in case they go suddenly. So I'll just use the backup. Unfortunately, I won't have the backup for a backup, but it doesn't take that long to order one off of Amazon in a few days. Let's see. Take a red over. Oh yeah, you could use BlueStacks and just load the Android version of it. I've never actually used BlueStacks for anything. I've known of it, but I've never really bothered utilizing it though. Oh, so hello, Preserved Music. Welcome. Okay, what do we need? Let's take a red for now. It'll take a bunch of stuff. We'll just do it right into a gigantic destroy and start getting key into key. And go from there. We'll get another key down. Throw that. Another destroy. Grab a key again. And dead. Oops, it will let me cast. There we go. Okay, we'll take this one. This is a 3 trophy I don't mind taking. It is literally 4 treasure gnomes. And we could tell by the fact that it was a thumbnail of a gnome that was most likely going to just be a bunch of gnomes. And it was. Luckily, really weak ones, too. Okay, what do we take here? Let's grab that for now. Take a red if we can. I'll take purple for now. Grab the red right there. Take a green. And destroy everything. No Dragon's Eye PvP team? No, we're just running with gold farming key at the moment while we try to finish out this event. I believe we need about another 150 event gems. And I want to get it done now before the before this weekend, just so we have all of our time to focus on Explore. So nothing will distract us from hoarding dozens of Vault keys. Actually, we won't be hoarding them. I will be using every Vault key the second we obtain them this weekend. Every single one will be used immediately. I'll still be holding on to what I currently have. Let me actually go check what my stack is, so I know how many we're holding. But every key that we get beyond what our current stack is, we will be using immediately. Also, this is what we get for trying to take a revenge battle. Since we're not using Thief, we don't have everything to work properly. Also, this team can just lose sometimes. It does happen. Against some of the stronger stuff. Especially if he's going to keep getting skull spam that well. We'll take a skull right there. Unfortunately, we're frozen, so we might die here. We're actually going to lose, oddly enough, to specifically that jar. Out of everything on this team, that's actually what's going to make us lose. Because right now, if he didn't have that jar, we would have been able to win with just one more eye. But nope. Okay, and that's why we stick with the earlier ones, just to guarantee we get those wins. Because we're not running it with Thief. There's a lot of liability with this team because of that. I think a Thief would have probably lost that too, just because he got skull spam. But we do have 30% dodge on Thief for that purpose. Well, we'll take that up. It also has Stealthy, so it basically dies to nothing. Stealthy, so it can't be targeted, or at least everything else on the team has to be targeted first. And a 30% dodge to make sure what just happened in that battle doesn't happen. Is Dragon's Eye team quicker? No, I haven't really seen any super quick Dragon's Eye team, especially since the new meta of it shifting, of course. It's still good to use. It's just not the quickest of things for PvP. Quickest is still things like Queen Titania Yagwe, gigantic AoE teams against lower level stuff, and this gold farm team, as well as anything with Leprechaun into Bronze Lock Pistol. That's another thing I haven't covered recently. I never covered recently a gold farming video. Because there have been methods that have been added. The biggest one, obviously, is this, what we're using right now. It's probably one of the reasons I haven't covered it, is because I use it literally every day. I don't think there's been a single stream in the last several months where we haven't used it. But who knows, maybe there's still some people that don't watch any of the streams. Pretty sure there's at least some amount of people that don't watch any of them. who maybe just watch the Monday videos and that's about it, or like guide videos if any of them are relevant. Let's see, throw that down. Though I assume, I'm pretty sure most of my subscribers at least watch like one of the streams a week, if nothing else. Or at least peek at some of it, if not the entire thing. But who knows, maybe there are some that watch none of it. I have no way of tracking that. YouTube has a lot of statistics, however, it does not track how many of my subscribers or people watching the channel specifically watch just the live streams or just the videos. Hello, Bushak. Welcome. I think we'll throw that down. Get another one down just so we can throw our into key. Oh, also, I could probably just do a poll as well, because I believe the poll would go out to everyone. Or at least everyone who has notifications on. Because that poll reached a lot of people. I was actually surprised how many people it reached. We ended up getting 200 replies, if I'm not mistaken. A little over 200 replies. I'm actually really surprised. Because we've never even gotten 200 likes on a Gems of War video. Yeah, on that poll, we were able to get like 200-something results. And it's just like almost dead tie at 50-50, which is kind of funny as well. I think the last I checked, it was at 52 buy the armor and 48 not doing it. We are definitely going to be doing it, though. And currently the poll says the same thing as well. Barely, though. Let's see. We'll take a green over. And actually, we'll be buying the ring as well. Across the 70. But the benefit to that is it'll start us with VIP 4. And it'll basically just reduce down the grind time. I'm not buying, like, anything instantly. Like, I'm not buying Path to Glory or anything like that. I'm just buying Death Knight and Ring. Both of which just reduce our grind times down. So we're not really expediting the rate at which we get... Or it's not going to be cheating our way to instantly getting free resources. But it'll allow us to obtain free resources at a quicker rate by actually grinding them out. Instead of getting them instantly. So basically non-instant gratification methods is what we will be using. Which in the long run is better. Also, how are we almost losing to this team? How are we almost losing? Let's see. We'll take that skull. That's what happens whenever I start talking. Start losing track of the game. And then that happens. Actually, it's quicker just to retreat. Oops, don't quit. Why did they put the quit button so close to the retreat button? Wish there was a quick way to click the retreat button. There's no way to hotkey it. Let's see. Do that. Take our gold. Hello, Kevin. Welcome. Grab our brown. Get a gold. Which I don't need another gold. Enough to kill it. So that's another reason you need Thief, to get rid of that back barrier so that doesn't happen. It's to survive because of it. Oh well. Let's just grab red, grab a green, go from there. Take a brown. Actually, what do we take? I prefer red off the sky. Got it. Good. Hopefully that's full mana. Not quite. Do it again. And that off the key. Actually, at that point, I could have just killed it with 2 skulls, but there we go. Yeah, we should have about another half an hour of grinding PvP left till we get it completed. We technically don't have to fully complete it. But, I don't know. At this rate, we're already so close that we might as well. Okay, we'll take that skull. He's gonna kill himself out anyways, though. I need a red surge, but it's not available. Let's do that. Grab that red. Get a destroy down. Get a key. Yep. And there we go. Never mind. He's using fire bombs. Why am I trying to key him? We just let the fire bombs do their thing. Okay, what do we need? Let's grab our gold first. Don't want to ever forget that when using this team. We'll try getting egg up. Grab full mana. That would have been full for the key. I'm actually going to grab it out of our way. Oh, it's not enough to kill, is it, though? That is a little damage short. So after that gold, it should be enough. A little bit short on first slot, but that's not too big a deal because Egg Thief can clean it up with Destroy. Who did that? Oh, it could have gotten free brown. Oh no! Destroy won't kill it because he got barrier. Like, I have to go and do another Destroy just to kill it and then key it. And even if the core vashes, it won't matter because we'll only get first 2. Which will not be our hero. Okay, go to this. Okay, I'll throw that. Grab that. Take all that mana. Get a egg down. Throw a key. Get that. Now destroy. And down it goes. Okay, next order of business. We'll just take the first lot. Okay, we'll grab a gold. Grab a red off of that. Get a destroy on everything. Get a key down. Grab a bunch of gold. Key it down. And dead off that. Excuse me. Okay, let's see. That's too meta. It's like it's one of the better PvP teams. It's actually pretty bad on defense. But this team without Thief would probably struggle on it. Because one Yagway to Yagway and you lose half your team. And we need the extra speed that Thief would have. You hate that the disband guild button is right under the announcements? Yeah, that's also pretty weird. However, accidentally clicking it won't matter. If you're a guild leader, you can't disband unless literally every person in your guild has quit. It also has a warning button on it. So even if you clicked it, it's not too big a deal. However, if you're not the guild leader, I believe... Isn't that the leave button? And I'm not sure if there's a warning on the leave button. I'm pretty sure there is. But, yeah, there's definitely a warning on the disband button. I know that 100%. Because I have accidentally clicked it before. Let's see. I'll go destroy everything. Actually, does the disband button even show there if you're not a guild leader? Actually, I can check that now because I'm not a guild leader currently on this account anymore. Let me go check. Let's see. We'll throw a key down. But I have like 3 people rotating guild leader right now in my guild. I believe our highest level player is currently doing it, if I'm not mistaken. Or one of the highest levels. Pretty much everyone rotating on is over level 1,400. But anyways, what was I doing? Let me go backtrack. And go take... because one nice feature that they actually added several patches ago that I didn't really start utilizing until the last few weeks is it's actually possible to change guild leader within seconds. It takes about 3 seconds to change who your guild leader is. All the guild leader has to do is demote itself and then promote whoever you want the next guild leader to be. And that's all you have to do. And assuming they're already second in command, it just takes seconds because you just have to demote yourself, which takes like a second or 2, and then promote the other person, which takes a second or 2. Anyways, let me go check. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Oops. I thought I clicked the X button. Luckily, I just minimized the screen. Anyways, what do I want to go check? Guild, disband button. Oh yeah. It does have a disband button here. Does it have a warning button for leave? That'd be really annoying. But yeah, it is on the announcement page. Also, that's really small text. I think they're fixing that next patch. But wow, is that small text? That is absurdly small text. Of course not. Right there, it's not. Yeah, disband button. Seems to only work if you're a guild leader. And the only way it'll ever work, even if you accidentally click it, is if you've clicked every person in your guild and you're the only one left. There's no point to ever disband a guild. Also, before I forget, in case I don't do it later tonight, we go save that one battle just so we have 4 for tomorrow. I'll probably get around to those 2 delves later if I have the time. It's not that big a deal if we skip them. I think we have enough shards. Well, we do need more treasure. 7,000 shards is plenty enough for now. Anyways, what was I doing? Back to PvP. Also, while we're here, let's just check how much more we need. We need another 95. We're almost there. The final stretch. 95, and then we get 120 gems. Basically getting more than 4 gems per battle now. Who's my current guild leader? Oh, I forget his name off the top of my head. It begins with G. I'm gonna completely butcher it if I try pronouncing it, so I'll just show it in a second. Yeah, he's been guild leader for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks now. And Wiz ends up taking over, I believe, and he's just shifting it between the 2. And obviously I won't be the actual guild leader for a while just because I'll be focusing more on the Nintendo Switch account for now. I'll still, of course, easily be able to do the requirements for the guild. But as far as the focus, at least for the next several weeks, is going to be on the other account. Well, this weekend it'll be on this account when we go do the Vault event. But starting next Tuesday, or as soon as the Nintendo Switch account launches, the version of it, we will be playing an absurd amount of time on that to try to be one of the strongest players in the game, basically. Because not only are we going to try to make the best guild, we could potentially be like top 10 player as far as like actual progress. That will not happen in Gems of War because there are people that have like tens of thousands more hours played than me. Which is weird to think since we already have tens of thousands hours played. But there are people that have like over 20,000 hours played in this game. I know there's similar numbers. But yeah, we could try doing it on Nintendo Switch version. It's technically possible. Not sure if we're going to go that crazy with it, but good try. Anyways, what was I just about to do? I was about to do... Yeah, that's it. Giovanni. That's correct. That is correct. Not Guild Wars. I meant to click on Guild. But yeah, Giovanni's currently the guild leader, and Wiz sometimes switches in. And, yeah, their current status. I don't know if Jolio's doing that at all. But I know Giovanni, Wiz, and myself are basically essentially the honorary guild leaders. Giovanni's just doing it currently, though. Okay. Well, let's go and... yeah, guild leader doesn't really get too much extra benefit. The only thing that it allows is kicking. And normally the guild leader is the main recruiter. Though you could always have people assigned for the guild to recruit. Like, since I'm not the guild leader right now, obviously I'm one of the main people that also helps recruit. Since it's really easy to do so with this channel. And otherwise you would have to do it through global chat spamming. I'm pretty sure there's a message here. I'm actually surprised. No one's currently spamming global chat, but normally people are spamming global chat with that, as you can see. And, or you have to spam the forum. Well, not spam the forum, but, you know, post on the forum. Anyways, back to PvP. Final stretch. Only need about 20 more battles, 25 or so. Does the game keep track of your playtime? Yes, if you own the Steam version. Or if you play exclusively on the Steam version. However, I don't believe any other version of the game tracks your time. But yes, the Steam version does. And while it only tracks the amount of time I have on this specific account and not all the accounts I've ever played on, the amount of time we have is currently over 8,000 hours. If you count literally everything, it's definitely over 10,000. But on this account specifically, it is currently at... Let me go get the number. Waiting for Steam to cooperate here. Go to profile. Yeah, I believe the Steam version is the only one that tracks. Actually, Nintendo Switch version does too. I believe all the console versions might as well. But I know for sure that the Steam version does, and the Nintendo Switch version does. But as far as our amount of time on this specific account, not counting any other accounts we may have made, 8,577 hours is how much time we have played on this account. So almost 10,000. Almost over 9,000! But yeah, we're at a little over 8,500 hours of playtime on just this account. It's about 10,000 total if you count literally every account we've ever had. Yeah, there we go. Hello, Medieval! Welcome! Yeah, that's basically a whole year of playing. A whole year of playing straight. So you do have to keep in mind the game has been out for 4 years. So it comes out to an average of about 6 hours per day. A little bit less than that, because it's been out for a little bit more than 6 years. But, I mean, for 4 years, I mean. But yeah, it comes out to about 6 hours per day, on average. How long we've played this game. And that's about to spike up by a lot, very soon. Because the next 2 weeks or so, that's going to be like 10 hours per day, probably. Maybe not necessarily all on stream, but the next 3 days we'll be going and farming crazy, doing Treasure Gnome event. Monday I probably won't be playing too much, but I'll be focusing on making YouTube content that day. At minimum, obviously, the Monday video. I hope to get at least 1 or 2 other videos done. And other than that, after that, supposedly, Switch is launching on Tuesday. And after that, for at minimum the first 2 weeks, we'll be playing that like crazy. Probably for the first whole month. I'm buying Ring of Wonder. And if we're going to buy Ring of Wonder for $20, we are going to utilize every cent of that $20. We are going to play in absurd amounts. I was going to anyways, though, even if we didn't get the ring. But since we're already going to be, might as well get the ring. Because the whole point of getting the ring is if you're going to be playing an absurd amount of time. Honestly, I would say the Ring of Wonders is only worth it if you have a lot of money, or if you're planning on playing like 6 plus hours a day, every day for an entire month. Let's see. Grab that. Grab a red. Grab a gold red. And you thought you've been playing a lot, I know, right? And to imagine, there are people with more than double the amount of our playtime. There are people that have double that. As well as plenty of people who are way over 10,000. Let's take this one. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I could probably get it to show in game too. You could probably see it if you just check my Steam account. Let me see. I forgot. Does this show on screen? Let me see real quick. Yeah, you guys can see that. Let's see. How do I go to my profile from here? Let's see. What would be the easiest way from this screen to go to my profile? They actually changed the screen, so I don't know. I haven't actually used the screen for ages. Let me go to a guide that I did. I did this one from ages ago. I just click on the thing. Probably get it to show up on screen real quick. Let's see. If I click on this and then scroll down. Let's see. Yep, there it is. And you guys should be able to see that on screen. 8,577 hours. And obviously every achievement in the game. Most of them are pretty easy. Wow, we haven't played a different game that's not Gems of War on Steam since August. That's mainly because I've been stopped with... Well, I haven't stopped with PC gaming. But all my indie titles I now play on Switch since November. So, yeah. All of them I just play on the Nintendo Switch now instead of on PC. Just because it's a lot more convenient, assuming they're on Nintendo Switch. So Gems of War is like the only thing I play on Steam anymore, for the most part. That and Dota 2, I guess, if I ever get back around to it. But those are like the only two I'd really play. And obviously mostly Gems of War. But yeah, there we go. Anyways, let's get this out the way. How do I get rid of this? There we go. Anyways, let's take this golder. Grab a brown. What else we need? Take a green. That's more time than you've spent building America. Let's see. Move that over. Take the red. Get a destroy on everything. And it should be good to go from there. Take the brown and throw a key down twice. But yeah, what's even funnier is that's probably not even the most amount of time I have in any one game. If you count the total of old RuneScape throughout the entire history of everything that had the name RuneScape attached to it, I probably have like 15,000 total hours just because I played it a lot in my childhood, as well as playing it a lot idly. So if you count all the idle time and combine that all together while playing multiple accounts at once, if you count multiple accounts at once, it's probably like 40,000 hours or something, because normally multiple instances would be open at a given time. But so that's not really an accurate way to represent it. But if you count just playing in general, it's probably like 15,000 hours to 20,000 hours. And the other one that I probably have a lot of time in is Dota 1/Dota 2. So if you just count the entirety of Dota, I probably have about 20,000, 15 to 20,000 hours. If you check my actual Steam account, it says I only have about 2,000 hours in Dota 2. However, I have an absurd amount of time in Dota 1 because it's one of the main games I played in my childhood as well. And my cousins got me into it pretty much as soon as it launched, which was back in, what, 2003, 2004? So I was, what, 10 at the time? So since 10, for 14 years, I've been playing that game to some degree. Haven't been playing it much the last few years. But for like those 10 years, 11 years, I ended up playing it quite a bit. Actually, probably even more than that. Because I remember one thing that tracked the amount of battles I had at one point showed I had about 2,000 battles. And each battle takes like, probably was even more than that. And that was just off of Dota 1. And it wasn't even tracking the total ever. But since it was being tracked, it was over 2,000. And each battle takes like 30 minutes. So if you multiply that out, that's 60,000 hours just in Dota 1. But yeah, I used to do it like between homework, between studying, between everything. Still made all A's and B's while doing so, let's see. What did I take? Grab that one. It's also probably why I like math so much. Because that game has a lot of math that you kind of have to do in your head really quickly. Because it has a lot of random values. Any of you that know like Warcraft 3 or Dota 1, or even I guess Dota 2, because Dota 2 adopted all those mechanics. A lot of them are randomly generated, but you know what they're going to be randomly generated into. So more often than not, you have to figure out what the math is on those. You also have to figure out what your math is on your abilities at any given time. And they're relatively static as far as how much damage they'll end up doing, so it's slightly easy to track. Whereas in something like League of Legends, where they're constantly adjusting, don't need to worry about that too much in Dota, unless they've changed that in the last few years. But I know like the amount of damage that your abilities do are relatively easy math to do in your head, if you had to real quick. Whereas in like League of Legends, they constantly keep getting higher and higher, and it's harder to keep track of what they are at any given time. Did I celebrate Pi Day? I did not celebrate Pi Day. Actually, I haven't had anything pi for a while. I know you mean pi as in the 3.14 and all the other numbers, but no, I did not do anything to celebrate Pi Day. So that is a perfect day to eat pie. That is for sure. Actually, I don't even know what the next number is after 3.14. I just know that far. That's how far I know into pi. So it's the 2-hour mark. Let's see how far we've progressed. I don't believe we've got it done because I kept talking and doing other stuff and checking a few other things. But we should be within the last 50 right now. And then we'll get 120 gems, which will bring us to 28,000 gems. We're almost at 30,000 gems. It has been a very long time since we've been at 30,000 gems. Actually, I don't believe I've been 30,000 gems or higher since they ended up changing the gem economy. So that'd be pretty cool if we could actually finally reach 30,000 plus again. It has been a very long time. Okay, I almost got it right. 55. I said, what, 50? They're almost there. 55 to go. Like, what, 11 battles? No, 15 battles. Actually, less than 15. 14 or 13. Probably 13, because we'll get multi-kills on some of them. How long are we streaming for? Probably another 13 minutes. Because we need about another 13 battles, and they're about 1 per minute. Yeah, 13. We'll grab that. Take a green. Grab destroy. Get a key down. Let's take this one. Might as well get it done quicker. But yeah, as soon as we get that done is when we're ending the stream. So it should just be 12 minutes, 10 to 12. And if any of you still have any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. And I'll make sure to do so. Otherwise, we'll ending then. And next stream will be tomorrow morning, starting around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be grinding the Vault event like crazy. It'll be at minimum a 6-hour stream. And if I'm up to it, it will be longer. Could be 8 hours. I don't think it'll be 10. And we'll still have our nightly stream at the normal time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll probably go for about an hour or two, like the normal amount that we normally do. But the morning stream will be way longer than normal. Same as Saturdays. Not sure if I'll be doing on Sunday yet. Depends how I feel after streaming for like 20 plus hours across 2 days. But if I'm still up to it, we might do it on Sunday. Let's see. Take a round there. When does the Vault event start? 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The exact time, if you don't know what that's converted to in your time zone, is within the game right now. Just go over to the event and click the one that has a bunch of gold. And that's the one that tells you the exact time until the event. I can go show it real quick. Let's see, backtrack. It might take a second for it to load. Let's take up. There it goes. But if you go under events and you click right here, whatever time it says there is the exact time. 4 hours and 51 minutes until the event. And then it will last for 3 days. So it'll start in 4 hours and 51 minutes, and it'll end in 3 days, 4 hours and 51 minutes. So all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What am I doing? Back to PvP. About 11 more to go. Okay, we'll grab our gold there, grab our yellow, grab the green, grab a, we'll take another gold. That down. Get a key down. Grab all of our gold again, and dead. And to go. Pick the easier one, so it goes quicker. Because the only thing we're really doing this for, other than the gold, is the event gems. And we're also doing it for the gold. But that's just a byproduct of us getting the event gems. So might as well do it in a way that would gain even more gold if we're already going to be gaining some gold. The whole point of why we're running key team. Okay, can you end your turn? There you go. Throw a key down. Should be double kill. Grab the greed, just make sure it is. And one more to wipe it. Okay, grab fire bombs. 9 to go. Approximately. Could actually be one less than that if we get a lot of kills off of the troops. Though we don't seem to be. Yep, could have taken that skull. Probably should have. He's using fire bombs after all. I don't even need to do anything other than let him just firebomb. As long as we take skulls and make sure he doesn't get any extra turns. Or even just letting him have the extra turns is fine. He takes it quicker than we would. As long as we don't give him skulls is the bottom line. Okay, what do we grab? Let's get a gold boost there. Take a brown over. Get another key down and throw that into those two. What do we take here? Oh, we actually start getting that back up. Take a green surge. Key is not enough damage, which is another reason why I'm doing it that way. Now we have enough damage, so we do that, do that, do that, and hopefully get full mana off it. Not quite. Hopefully it doesn't die to death mark. Good. And that's match. Just throw a key down. He's dead. And there we go. Okay. Take this one. 8 to go. Grab gold. Luckily he didn't get frozen. He does lose his turn if he is. Pick the red, hopefully on surge. Oh, never mind, we didn't even need surge. We have +2 on red right now, so it would have been full mana regardless. Get a key up. Somehow did not get off cascade. And it was kill with that. There we go. Okay. Next order of business. This one. 7 more. Okay, grab our gold. Take a green. Grab a blue. Purple that. Take brown into both those two. Take red right there. Get all destroy. Throw key to key. And why are you 1 mana short? Go take that because there wasn't a brown. I don't think there was. And dead. 6 to go. Unless I lost track, which I probably did. I'll take the revenge, why not? Shouldn't be too bad, it's only Scorpius. And again, is 1 stat to his whole team per turn. Looks like he's using his brown Guild War for defend for whatever reason. So why did I take that instead of green? I've taken green right there earlier. Previous turn. There we go, let's take a purple for now. We're gonna need another greed anyways. Really need green red, but it's not available. So try for the red. Grab a nothing. I'll take the brown there. Let's see. Purple. Grab key down. Yep, I did not get the second creed yet, did I? Apparently not. What else is involved with a vault event besides gnomes showing up more? That's basically it. Gnomes showing up more and vault key chance being higher. Those are the only two things that happen during a vault event. There's like no like sigil system or anything. It's a completely free way to go and obtain ridiculously absurd amount of really good resources. Unfortunately, it's only once every month for 3 days. However, it is an excessively high amount of value. Every hour played is about anywhere from like 2 to 5 hours more efficient during a vault event than not during a vault event. And the main reason for that is a lot of things that you get during a vault event help you with ascension, or specifically getting keys, which normally require gems for the most part. And because of that, you're basically getting free gems, which normally is not really too easy to do within the game. It's not directly giving you gems more often than not, though it is possible to get direct gems, like 5s and 20s and even 100s and 250s off of the Cedric. But basically, you get a lot of gem value during these events, and that makes it so you don't have to spend money on actual gems, which is very useful, obviously. Because normally it's more fulfilling and better just to, and obviously more cost efficient, just to end up farming them than it is to buy them. Unless you make a lot of money from your job, in which case, yes, it is technically more time efficient just to buy them. But you can get around anywhere from 100 to 300 gems per hour value from doing vault events. Possibly more. And some things gems can't even buy. Like you could potentially get blue orbs and stuff like that. A resource that gems can't even buy. Until that one that they had that for $10, but you could only buy one. Is that a real gnome? Pretty sure that was a fake gnome. Okay, good. I was going to say, if that was a real gnome, that would have been a fail. Oops, I forgot to use... speaking about fails, forgot to use greed. Also, in all that talking, I completely lost track of how many battles we have done. I'll go check after like 3 more. No, you don't get any extra resources from using this key. No. Well, you know, you get the maps and stuff, but no, you don't have like a higher chance of vault or anything. The only thing that would give you a higher chance of getting resources during a vault event is winning as quickly as possible. And to win as quickly as possible, you spam challenges or explore. It's normally advised just to spam explore because you get better trait stone drop rate and you get a lot of gold. However, challenges are technically ever so slightly quicker than explore. So if the only thing you cared about were gnome drops, challenges are technically ever so slightly quicker. However, assuming you can Sunbird one-shot explore, you're better off just doing explore. But if you're not capable of doing that, you might want to find a really weak challenge, like first challenge of Indian Fields or wherever else you want to do based on the trait stone you need, and grind that out instead. Just keep repeating one challenge instead of doing explore. It's a lot more repetitive than explore, but it's a lot more consistent because it's the exact same battle every time, which makes it go ever so slightly quicker. Explore is about 3 to 4 wins per minute, whereas challenges you could probably get consistent 4 wins per minute. Especially if you're using something like controller to go through all of these in-between screens, which ends up saving about a few seconds every minute, which definitely starts adding up. It basically saves a second every rotation, and you're going through 3 to 4 rotations per minute. I really, really hope the Switch version has mouse support. It still hasn't been officially announced yet if it does or doesn't. I assume it will, but we have no way of knowing until it gets released. We know it has touchscreen support, which is kind of interesting. So we could just go pick up our Nintendo Switch and just start clicking it all around if we really want to. Because it does have touchscreen support. We just click and boom, boom, it does things. We just loaded up, what's it called? Mario Kart. Anyways, let me shut that down. Yeah, it's going to be interesting playing on a tablet. I've actually never played it on a touchscreen yet, because I've only ever bothered playing it on PC. It's going to feel weird playing it on touchscreen. I won't be doing that on streams, because even if it does have mouse and keyboard support, it'll only have its support for it while docked. unless you have like a billion adapters that cost like a few $100s to set up the capture card and then the adapters and then everything else. It's just too much to have to worry with because I can't use my current capture card for it. But yeah, while docked, it should work, and that wouldn't cost any extra because I already have all the equipment for it. Yeah, it will have touchscreen support, which is kind of cool. The only console to have touchscreen support. Of course, if you're playing on tablet and phone, you already have it, though. I actually almost never play any games with touchscreen on Switch, though. I normally just use the Joy-Cons on the side if I'm going to be playing it on the actual console thingy. So on something like Gems of War, I probably would, because it's a lot easier swiping gems with that than it is moving around the grid. Because you have to move it this way. If you play with any kind of controller, you have to move it one by one and move to wherever you want to go take your move, which obviously takes a lot longer than touchscreen or mouse. Enemies kill it out. Hello, Cherry Top. Oh yes, I do remember the name. Yeah, a while ago. Well, welcome back. Did he end up quitting the game? Version 4.3 is out soon. It will be fixing all the chat problems that the game has had in the past, as well as adding titles and frames to the hero things, making some really nice visual changes that are actually good for once. And they're going to be adding potions, which is mostly going to be beneficial to newer players, but it basically allows events to be done a little bit easier, particularly if you're currently struggling with things like invasions or raids or bounty hunts or anything like that. But mostly it would help early to mid-game players. However, late-game players can utilize it by using their near infinite stacks of gems to try to get level 500 factions. On pure faction, of course. Or even just in general, for people currently struggling to do pure faction. Or, you know, I mean, not pure faction, but even just to get a delve completed. Like, if you're currently struggling to get a delve to, like, level 300 or 400, and obviously struggling to get it 500 if you can't get it that far, potions would also help in that. It might actually allow you to do level 500, not pure faction, but level 500 delve completion while having lower stats. Even if you only have mid-game stats, you might be able to complete out the entirety of delves, starting with next patch with potions. It'd be interesting to see how those pan out. The overall next patch does seem like a little bit of a smaller one. It does have a lot of nice quality of life stuff, like being able to search for banners and things like that. But overall, it does seem a little bit of a small patch, mainly because a good majority of it is overhauling the chat system for a better one. And from what I can tell from the beta, the chat system does work really well, but there's no way of really knowing because that was not on live servers. Anything could happen while it's on live servers, and only their QA team would have the ability to test that currently. Unless they made the beta. Sometimes they allow the beta to go on live servers, but I don't think they have yet for this time around. We also never really got to try potions during the beta. We don't even know how broken they are. Because they never actually added it to the beta. We knew about them, but they never actually added it. Well, we'll find out in a few weeks once they actually get implemented into the game. Early April should be the patch. Let's see. Well, if you want to get back to it from scratch, Nintendo Switch version is being released on Tuesday. Which is right around the corner, or supposedly Tuesday. No official date has been given yet, but according to the eShop, it says Tuesday. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them. Not too much has really happened in the last 6 months. A lot of quality of life stuff for the most part, though. And a lot of guild changes to make it a little bit better. Yeah, nothing really too drastic the last 6 months. You probably haven't missed much, other than new content troops. Probably the most relevant thing is actually the team we're using right now. Thief ended up coming out in November, as well as Skeleton Key. That and a couple of the mythics, like High King Iron Gut, is really, really good. Basically auto-win delves. Probably the best delve troop in the entire game in the current state of the game. Also, wow, that gnome is weak. Hopefully he drops something good. Not even the Vault event, we're still getting plenty of them. Also, what am I doing? I'm probably already done. I don't even need to be playing. Well, if nothing else, we're farming gold. But as far as the event objective, which is the whole point of what I was trying to grind for right now, I think we just reached it. Also, we ended up reaching 89 level on Necromancer. Not completely maxed yet, but no real immediate need to get it maxed, so it's fine. However, we will probably be maxing Sentinel this weekend, and hey, we got 5 gems. Nice. We'll be seeing a lot more of those this weekend. Also, speaking of gems, Code Claimer 120 gems. That's a real gem stack that we came here for. The whole reason why we just did everything we just did on stream. to get all the wins we needed to get 120 free gems, as well as the keys, and as well as everything else along the way. So mainly the gems and keys. Obviously the souls are not that worth it. And the troop that came in, the Alistair, is also useless. If it'll ever load and claim our gems. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything I may have missed? Let me know. Otherwise, we'll be ending out right now. So just let me know. We'll be back tomorrow night, 2.5 hours prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're also going to be starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning. And we are going to be streaming, of course, Gems of War. And trying to farm as many vault keys as possible. And we'll be opening every single one immediately. Oh, wow, I overshot that. But that's because I started talking and lost track of time. But, yeah, vault event starting in 4 hours, 36 minutes. If you're newer to the game, definitely make sure to do this. Well, really, any point in the game. But if you are newer, basically what a vault event is I probably should have described this at the beginning of the video. Pretty sure most people here aren't new. But if you still are, vault events are basically just a game mode that it happens once a month for 3 days. We'll be starting at 4 hours and 36 minutes, and basically for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's a higher chance of finding gnomes as well as finding vault keys from those gnomes. And this means a lot of things. It means you'll be able to farm an absurd amount of resources. Most of those resources are gem related, meaning it will save you from having to spend gems in the future, and sometimes it even just gives you direct gems, which is also nice. The other big benefit of it is vault keys are the only way to obtain Cedric Sparkle Sack, which is a really good troop for farming gold and PvP, as well as it's used in that skeleton key team, which is among one of the better teams in the game currently. Basically the exact team we were just running. It's used for some delves for farming. It's also used for PvP gold farming, and just gold farming in general you end up using him for. It's a really good trip to get if you don't currently have him, and you could probably get him if you farm this weekend for even just a few hours each day would hopefully give you enough vault keys that you could probably get him. About 10 to 15 vault keys would be enough. And yeah, what's our current vault key stack so we know? 27 vault keys, so anything we get above 27, you'll be spending immediately this weekend. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you all later. Thanks for stopping by. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream, and we will be back soon. You farm a lot. If you want to watch streams, we will have a lot of streams these next 2 weeks between this weekend and the Vault event. I mean, this Vault event and the Nintendo Switch release, likely this Tuesday. So look forward to that. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you all later. Have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck with farming the gnomes. And I will catch you all later. Goodbye, everyone.